Houston, our instruments are showing that we have a incoming message from deep space. Repeat, Houston, we have an incoming message from deep space. Houston, we'll begin playing message now. Houston, we're going to try and translate that up here. Hold for translation. Translation complete. We'll begin playing message now.
Hey, it's me, Melissa.
What do you do when the aliens invade? Take a shot of MK Ultra and watch Melissa Jade. Put on your tinfoil hat and tune right in. We got that crime spree, flat earth theories, government conspiracies, a complex Mandela effects, unidentified objects, a mind expanding, fake moon landing, what it all bends understanding. It's me, Melissa. It's me, Melissa. Aliens was on the sun or in Area 51. Time travels, unravels, haunted castles, cops are baffled, potential experimental thoughts that make you transcendental. It's me, Melissa. It's me, Melissa. Crime sprees, flat earth theories, government conspiracies, complex Mandela effects, unidentified objects, a mind expanding, fake moon landing, what it all bends understanding. It's me, Melissa. It's me, Melissa.
Hello, everybody. Right off the bat, Crime Crochet Cafe and Abellis gifted 2 memberships. Thank you so much. Congratulations. Welcome to our new members. Hi, DJ. Hey, Harlot. People Me, Grandma Cece, Mima, Double M, Lily's Corner. We have Nini, Melanie, Debbie Doodles, Kimberly. It was me. I was pulling something up, so I apologize. Hypergets and Shiggles, Trish, Jen Gilcher, Tony, Wee Gobshite, Ro, Hazel Eyes, Boho Hobo, Carol, Neat Noodle, Beach Lover, Laria, Science Sense. Hi guys, Catherine. Wait, Con Artist, is that you? Because I just saw your email. Hold on, was that Con Artist? Let me see. I just emailed you back. Hi, Bendy. Hold on. Lee the Bee, Queen Bella, Blue Red O. Is Con Artist in here? Can you? Why can't I find it now? Scott Straw, Kathy. Yes, okay, Con Artist. So can you type in here again? Hi, Jean, Salesman, Grateful Mama, Tabitha. Hi, Tabitha. Bendy is in the chat. I finally figured out how to buy my memberships. Melanie, I think they updated now to where you could gift memberships and buy memberships straight from the app. Like, you don't have to leave it now. I noticed that. Hi, Scott. Hi, Shelly Joe. Ro. Hi, Grandma Cece. Hi, guys. Oh, you're definitely not the only gray one. We gobshite. Just make sure you're opted in. Yes. we're gonna go through. You know what? I made the decision. You guys know I've been pulled. Hi, cutie pie, sprinkled dog nut. Good for you, Melanie. You should be. Hi, Lydia Jade. I was struggling whether or not I wanted to go over some of the interviews like Alan Landon's and stuff, and I do want to jump through them. So we're going to be. Yes, I'm going to bring you guys back to those social media posts right now because they're right at the time of the pretext calls, but I made the decision. I'm doing it. So hi Deborah. I will go for the live. Oh no, I hope you get to leave soon, Grateful Mama. It's okay to be gray, just like Tisha's legs. Yes, we have no discrimination here. Gray, green, blue, you're all just as appreciated as one another. Hi, Autistically Artsy. I love that name. Hi, Honey. Emily. Hi, Amanda. Hi, Sabrina. Thank you, Sabrina. Great decision. I may get poop for it, but I'm gonna do the best that I can. Hi, Pinche. Oh, Mama, I get to leave the hospital tomorrow as long as I don't turn gray. We got to make sure you don't. Hi, Lace Lamons. You can. No discrimination. No discrimination. Yes, Crime Crochet. And so we're going to do our best. Hopefully we don't get too much poop for it. Oh, yay, Jelly Baby. Hell yeah. Hey, Bogart. So before we even get started, you know the drill. We are going to start with our missing babies of the tonight's live. Hi, Sunny's grandma. And our missing babies of tonight's live are Alan Gutierrez, been missing since March 24th, 2023, out of Phoenix, Arizona. He is 2 years old. And we have Alita Gomez. Alan and Alita may still be in the local area, or they may travel to Texas. They may be in the companion of an adult male and adult female. Alita is 3 years old. She has also been missing since March 24th, 2023, out of Phoenix, Arizona. If you or anyone you know has information on their whereabouts, please contact the Phoenix Police Department at the number located in blue. Hi, Johanna. You didn't bust a caps lock for me. They are very beautiful. Yes, very, very beautiful. Yeah, I call her C cubed Laria sometimes. He is a cutie. They're both very, very cute. Hi, Shelly Beans. Okay. Hi, Obsessed with the Mess, Dream State, Alaskan Amber, Jenny. I love you all. Thank you so much for being here. Happy Friday. We're going to, hey, MK. Hi, Alicia. We're going to chill out. Now, we're going to go through some of these social media posts. Tiffany, hello. Lily's Corner. I've gone over them before on my channel, but just like the pretext calls, there's always something that you may pick up now that you haven't picked up, especially given that we just watched the Bethel interview. We just watched the Grusing interview. We just listened to all the pretext calls. We just went through all of the text messages between Al and Leticia. Before I pull up the social media posts, I'm going to pull up the Google searches. These are all happening between the time of the murder to the time she was arrested. So January 27th to March 2nd. Really, she was rampant in February. And so it's really interesting to know what she was doing. And there's going to be things that you guys are going to pick up that you haven't picked up. Hi, Cherokee, Megan. So first, I'm gonna jump through some of the Google searches. I won't go through all of them. We know that the Google searches are, but I want you to see at least the date and time for some of them, because it was happening as those pretexts were going on. And it's crazy. Okay. Hi, Chris R. So let me see which one. I may be out of order. Hi, who knew? I may be out of order. Because I pulled them all up. Okay. I pulled them all up at once, like in all of my screens. So let's start with this one. Let's see. Okay. So with this one, this is January. Okay, so this is the days before the murder into the murder. Okay. Hi, Victor King, Shiny Pop Star. Hello, all of my favorite people. Did I rampant? If that's not a word, then I'm probably thinking of another word, but just saying rampant. Oh, a summer cold. Oh no. Hi, Tony. Rampant. Thank you. Thank you. Yep, close. Hi, Stacey Bobisi. Thank you. I was close. Rampant, did I say? Yeah. Close. Thank you, Cuddle Snugglesworth. Thank you for the correction. Hi, Leslie. Hi, Fragrant Anxiety. Okay, so the 25th. Now, this is 2 days prior to the murder. Hi, Amanda. Please drive safe. Yeah, Shannon. Yes. So this is the days leading into the murder. Helps give us some context to what she was thinking. Hi, Christina J. So we have the find real military find real military singles. Parenting should be 4 people, not 1. And this is before the murder. I'm over doing all of the work for my stepkids and their mom doesn't help. Hi, Musicity Mom. Oh, hell yeah. Enjoy yourself, Musicity Mom. Rancid is another one. I'm gay. Yep. Mom advice for stepmom. If you aren't involved in your kid's life, you are shitty. Oh, are you a troll, Cuddle Snugglesworth? It's actually a very simple thing. Ready? She's a child murderer. So until I'm in that situation, I mean, you could talk shit about the way I say things too. I mean, it's a choice, right? This is my platform. I choose to use it how I want, but you absolutely can. If you'd like to correct me and call me dumb, go for it. I'm going to choose to do it to the child murderer, though, okay? Thank you. So my husband's ex-wife does nothing for her lids, but she meant kids. I wonder if my husband's ex-wife is sending me a card since I period raise period her period kids period. Hi, Kelly Nurse Lori. And okay, the typos I think are interesting. I do not think she slept even prior to the murder, leading into it. Hi, Kara Simon. Most of our phones have autocorrect on it. But I just think she was sloppy. She wasn't in a clear state of mind. So because I said one word that was wrong, Cuddle Snugglesworth, that means I don't get to acknowledge anything that Leticia does on a consistent basis. Is that what you're saying? I mean, I can pose the same thing to you, right? Why don't you come in under your real account? Or perhaps why don't you come up on panel and talk to me about it? But you won't, right? Because it's very easy to sit behind an account that has a fake name and to talk shit. So if you'd like to contribute to the discussion, you're more than welcome to stick around. But if you're only here to derail, I'll politely ask you to leave. Thank you. Thank you, Yankee Kyle, for being a member for 3 months. Melissa, good evening, my friend. I love you like a sister. Well, thank you, Yankee Kyle. Yes, and the periods between the words show up in the text later on. It's consistent. Yeah. Well, thank you, Little Red O. I appreciate that. We all know Tisha would be quite jealous. These Eid card memes that used to be so... Oh, interesting. Thank you, Hungry Nurse. Thank you. Welcome. Oh, we'll get to Peyton Murray. We'll get to Peyton Murray. She's up on our docket. Yes, the troll. Okay. So she writes multiple times, I wonder if my husband's ex-wife is sending me a Valentine's Day card since I raised her kids in different formations. One day, and this is right, we could tie this into premeditation of some sort because this is on the 25th. Oh, you're fine, little red. Oh, you always do so much. Seriously, thank you. Just being here is enough. So she writes, one day, some people will wish they treated you differently. Hi, Keith. I don't know, Cray Cray, because it seems like it's right after the word and there's no spaces. Welcome, Curious Christine. Thank you for becoming a member. Thank you, thank you. Well, thank you, Jenny. They just need some love, Diving Owl. Thank you, Curious Christine. Thank you, thank you. So, is that premeditation? Is that a little bit of insight into what's going to be coming in 2 days from now? Because the murder happened in 2 days, but the candle incident was the day after this. It was only the day after this. Thank you, Stacy Bobasi. Congratulations to our new member. Please thank Stacy if you were lucky enough to receive it. Thank you so much. Hi, MJ. So generous, Tony. It's the most generous community. She's probably speaking some of the text messages when you pause while speak. Interesting. Yeah, talk to text. Megan. So she writes, again, one day some people will wish they treated you differently. We're still on the 25th of January. Why should my husband chose me over family? Find me a rich guy who wants me to take care of his kids. See, this is what I found interesting. Okay, so you want to find another rich guy. Even though she had everything, she had a beautiful home, she had a beautiful life. They traveled for Al's job, if that's your thing, you know, like got to see many parts of the world, beautiful children. She had everything and you destroyed it. So now you want to find another guy to take care of his kids when you were not happy taking care of Ganon and Lena. So why would, oh yeah, she's a teacher. Isn't that concerning, Tabitha? And I'll remind you guys what happened. She got caught. She got caught putting fake references down for her most recent teaching job to the murder. And she even used Ganon's phone and tried to claim it was a retired vice principal. And she was caught answering the phone pretending to be someone else. And they still hired her. They still hired her. Leticia has a history with bomb threats, being charged. They still hired her. How does that make sense? Oh, thank you, Hazel Eyes. Thank you so much. It's so kind of you. Thank you, thank you. So find me a rich guy who wants me to take care of his kids. Find a guy who wants to take care of his kids and get paid. It's crappy. Some parents don't care for their kids or buy them presents. Parents are those who put their kids before their nails. Parents are those who put their kids before their nails. My son burned the carpet. How do I fix it? Now we're on the 27th. Oh, you didn't know that, Jen? Oh, I could pull up those case files again. And she testified. Yes, this is the same woman that she sent a text in the early morning hours of the 27th saying, I can't come into work because my stepfather was hit and killed by a car. Why was she hired when you caught her lying? Hi, Shacto. So now we're on the 27th, the day of the murder. My son burned the carpet. How do I fix it? Will humidifier help if exposed to smoke? Smoke effects, will humidifier help? Smoke from fire, will humidifier help? Colorado law for kids staying at home. School is out. Is it okay for my kid to stay at home? That's interesting, right? Because, hi, Dynamite. She did call Ganon out of school that day, the day she would ultimately murder him. But why was she Googling that? Son is sick, but I have to go to work. Son's sick. Can he stay home? This is 1 a.m., guys. Suede repair kit for sofa. El Paso Sheriff's Office number 6:45 p.m. That is when she was going and calling Ganon in as a runaway. Hi, Mo and Co. Exactly, Mo. We see it all of the time with Leticia. She blames Ganon in every possible chance she can. She blames Ganon. And you guys, Mo has a really amazing channel. She's also a true crime creator, and she covers a lot of the cases that don't garner as much attention. So I'm going to drop her link. I don't know if I have you in Nightbot right now. Let me see. But I'll go and grab your link and drop it in, because you guys should definitely sub up and check her out. She's really good. So, suede repair kit for sofa. We know the sofa was damaged from the candle wax. We have the El Paso Sheriff's Office. What is the process for our runaway child? And hold on, let me just grab this because I don't think Nightbot got you. So hold on. Go to channel. Here we go. There we go. Okay. Police steps for our runaway. Police steps for our missing child. Okay. So there we have that one. Let me see which one is next. February 27th. Okay. 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 So I would be going to this one. Thank you, Science Sense. My IQ is 32 points lower than T. Gothel lesson. Thank you so much. Okay, I think this is the one. Yes. Okay. So, and I'm going to go back a little bit. I apologize. This is a week before. Awesome. Thank you guys so much for subscribing. She's really good, you guys. Hi, Jess. So this is a week before the murder. Okay. And it's January 21st. She's Googling Landon. Okay. U-Haul rates, jobs in Myrtle Beach. Sometimes you just leave and take nothing. She meant to write nothing. Find real military singles, militarycupid.com. Parents should be 4 people, not 1. I'm overdoing all the work for my stepkids. My husband's ex-wife does nothing for her lids. 1 bedroom, 1 bath in Fort Lauderdale. This is on the 25th. So it says days before. So let me ask you guys, if she was Googling jobs in Myrtle Beach, apartments in Florida, do you guys think because she was genuinely thinking about leaving Al, or do you guys think she was already premeditating the murder and planning her getaway? So we have Florida jobs, Orlando jobs, and then we see the same Google searches I just read, which is what's the process for our runaway, police steps for our runaway, find cheap car rentals, and that's on the 28th. Can Nintendo find my Switch? Now, we still don't know how the Switch comes into play. For the longest amount of time, I see you guys saying premeditation. For the longest amount of time, we speculated whether the Switch was the object she used with the blunt force trauma, but the Switch did reappear. And I didn't know that until we got the case files. The Switch reappeared and it was found behind the entertainment center. And it doesn't appear that it was damaged or used as an object, but why did she initially want to get rid of the switch? Was she worried about the tracking on it? Thank you so much, Tanya, for the super sticker. It's very kind. Thank you so much. Premeditation, pre-planned, some in the final hard act, culminated like a snowball. Yeah. And then here we go. Ready for this? And we heard Gruesing ask her about it on the 29th. I want immunity because it was gang related. That was the same day she went in for the Bethel interview. Yeah, Callie. Hey, Meat Beats. Yeah. So I want immunity because it was gang related. Okay. And then she clicks on a link. Be careful about being granted immunity and not testifying. And that's on the 29th, the same day of the Bethel interview. Okay. MK, thank you so much. Congratulations. Welcome to our new members. Please thank MK if you just got gifted a membership. You guys are so kind. Thank you. You think she was planning on leaving him? See, and I think so, Riley. I think so. I think, yeah, the only thing he had on him would be the switch. So, oh, I forgot what I was about to say. Come on, Cuddles. You can make fun of me now. I forgot what I was going to say. It doesn't matter. Now, ready? Do you guys remember those text messages I showed you last night? Thank you, Chris, for 2 months of support. You are the only one whose lives I never miss. Thank you. That means so much to me. That means so much. Thank you. So, do you guys remember the text I showed you guys? Okay. Are you ready? Actually, no. Let me go in order. So, pre-text calls and those texts, are you guys ready to see what she was Googling leading up to that? At the same time of that, actually. 27th, 24th, 27th. Okay, let me go in order. So, February 24th. This is right between that last pretext call and her texting Al. All of those rampant texts. Thank you. I don't think the Chase account was an actual person. Well, it was an actual person, but it was not a real photo. It was an unknown photo. And then when I looked into it, because I was concerned about where Chase was, I noticed they had 2 accounts. Then all of their comments and stuff from one account were deleted in previous live chats. So I think Chase was a troll, but like not a bad troll, you know, like just there are different types of trolls. There are trolls who intentionally derail. There are trolls who build a rapport with the chat and just I don't know, but I don't think Chase was a legit person. Hi, Kelly P. Oh yeah, Jules, ready? They're only going to get worse. So this is February 24th, right between that last. I know he would serenade us with sweet love songs, Riley. He wasn't a bad troll, but I don't know. They were fake accounts. So, right between that last pretext call and the text messages that I read you guys last night, we have GoFundMe, Tisha and Harley support. How long does it take to get DNA? How long does it take to get DNA from crime? How long does it take to get DNA results from a crime scene? How long does it take police to get DNA results? How long does it take police to get DNA results in Colorado? How long does it take police to get DNA results in Colorado Springs? At the same time that she is feeding Al all of those narratives on those pretext calls and all of those text messages we saw, she was Google searching this stuff. Ready? February 25th. Make a security video. make a security video past tense. You guys know what she was trying to do, right? Yes, Roro. She was trying to create a new ring footage that showed either somebody coming in the house or Ganon leaving at a different time. Think about all of the stories she gave the owl. She was trying to create a video that would show something else. I know, Mo and Co. And he would just serenade us with love songs, but I don't know what happened. But I haven't, one of his accounts was deactivated and I haven't seen it since. Hi, Jordan. So ready? I need a new social security number to hide. Apply for a social if I lived on an Indian reservation. Cadaver dog. Ooh, this hard witch. Now, ready for this? Ready to be shook? On February 26th, do they check in ditches under bridges? Do they check in ditches under bridges? 22 days prior to this is when she discarded Ganon's body under the bridge. February 26th, maintenance under ditches under bridges. You guys, I never would think, I told you, I never would think Leticia would be smart enough to think about a maintenance check under a bridge. That is ultimately how Ganon was found. She projected, she manifested her own undoing. It was a maintenance worker that they only check under those bridges like once every 5 years that ended up recovering Ganon. So she Googled, do they check in ditches under bridges? And then maintenance under ditches under bridges. Yes, her past relationships have been looked into. Tabitha, we have Harley's biological father, who died from a drug overdose, except Leticia lied to Harley her entire life and told her that her father passed away after a home invasion gone bad and he was murdered. Then we have Travis. Travis also struggled with addiction, and she reached out. She told Al that the relationship with Travis was very abusive, and basically she had to get away with her life. But she did reach out to Travis when she was in jail and asked him to bust her out of jail. And then we have the case files of another boyfriend that she was with when Harley was younger. And he explains how Leticia was very abusive and she actually cheated on him. But almost a year after he last saw her, when they broke up, police came to his house and arrested him because they said that he had beat up Leticia earlier in the day. And he said, I have not seen Leticia in almost a year. Now, eventually the charges would get dropped and they were resolved. But you want to know what I think happened? I think Leticia was probably with another guy and she pulled out one of the stories where she got caught in a lie. So she's like, oh, my ex beat me up, da-da-da. And so she had to go and file probably a police report, and they went and arrested him. Meanwhile, he hadn't seen her in almost a year. Hi, Trio Girl Mom. Yeah, exactly, Lisa. I don't know. Yep, 9 months after no contact with her. Exactly. So those are her past relationships. Yes. And that was the same ex who said that Leticia was asking him to babysit Harley while she would go and date. Hi, Sassy Tech. See, I could see what you're talking about. I don't think so, though. I think she was just sloppy, but maybe, Kelly, maybe you're right. Yeah. Yes, Lisa, yes. So then she Googles on February 26th, can I get a plea with no jail time? Hi, Elena. Hi, Simply Complex. Hi, Hippie Chick. So can I get a plea with no jail time? Yeah, she bit him. Yep, she sure did. Then she Googles criminally negligent homicide in Colorado. Leticia was so smart, so smart. Then she Googles, can I find a rich guy? You guys, does this not show like how scattered her thoughts were? Can they trace Snapchat? Now she Googled that because you're going to see in the social media post when I show you the Peyton Marie ones, they claimed that there was a Snapchat video of Ganon that showed him alive. It wasn't true. This was Leticia just trying to prove he's still alive. See, he's out there. So she's, look, can they trace Snapchat? Okay. She is a cunning devil. Exactly. Colorado closed cases. Colorado Springs closed murder cases. Drug cartels in Colorado Springs. Make my phone get a call from Mexico. We already knew she was spoofing numbers, but now she wants to make Mexico call her. Fake a call from Mexico Srug cartel. Fake a call from Mexico drug cartel. Dude. Hi, Kate. Dude. Bluff my call app. And we already know that's what she was doing with Al. Oh, thank you, Terry. Welcome. Thank you so much. Good grief. Hi, Toby's mom. What are some Mexican Srug cartel phone numbers? You know, because you could find that so easily on Google. What do they do when they find a person body in another state? So you see, this is right at the same time those pretexts were happening, right at the same, this is right before I started reading the text messages. So she was Googling this stuff at the same time. She was telling Al, he is alive. How dare you give up? You need to stand by your wife. I'm pregnant. In between that, she's Googling this. What do they do when they find a person's body in another state? How do they identify bodies found in another state? Make a fake Snapchat video. Can the FBI go to Los Canos? Right, Abellas? Create a recording of someone's voice and change the words. What do you guys think she was going to do if she had the ability to do this? She would have created a fake recording of Ganon saying, I'm alive, I'm okay, so-and-so has me, please, give them the rant. That's what she would have done if she was able to. Add someone's voice in a video. Change someone's words in a video. Bahamas marriage certificate. I need a fake marriage license. Okay. And then this one. February 27th, I started reading you guys the text messages starting February 27th last night. So this is literally, if you look at the times, this is literally in between when she's texting Al. And I showed you guys, she was blowing him up. This is from the 27th to the March 1st. That is literally the same time frame that I read those text messages with Al. So this is all at the same time in between those texts. How do police tell whose body has been found? So this is Leticia thinking, okay, even if they find his body, how will they be able to determine who it is? Can God help me escape jail time? How do they identify whose blood is at the crime scene? Find people who want to go to jail. I didn't know that there are people who are totally fine just going down for a crime. Spanish girl names. Well, why do you think that was Googled? I don't know. Anybody? Petco, Nevada, Colorado Springs. Find an immigrant who will admit to a crime. It is Little Red. So find an immigrant who will admit to a crime. Again, the same time she is texting Al. All of those texts. How long does a body start to decompose in a bag? It is horrific, but Leticia was hoping that Ganon would be unrecognizable if he ever did get found, and that they wouldn't be able to determine and identify him. What does a dead body look like after a month? She made this search on February 28th, 1 month, 1 day after she killed Ganon. Yes, Terry Ralph, yes. What does a dead body look like after a month? Active drug cartels in Mexico. Bluff my call free, which again, we heard Al say, Leticia was bluffing calls from Landon, from Nicole, the investigative journalist. She would have tried to do it from the cartel, but that just didn't work. Address of drug cartels. Current drug cartels in Colorado Springs. Now we have horrendous typos. I don't know if you guys can see it. I'm just reading what it's supposed to say, but I want you to realize the typos are because she's not sleeping. She is rage Google searching and texting Al all throughout the night, all in the early morning hours. You know how fast her fingers must have been typing. How does the FBI find people? How does the FBI find fugitives? How does the FBI find fugitives? How fugitives avoid capture? Casey Anthony. Casey Anthony and Patrick McKenna. When does FBI take over a case? How to make my fingerprints not scan. Fingerprint rubber. Fingerprint rubber to make fingerprint. So she wanted the rubbers to go over her fingers to disguise her fingerprints. I don't know where my other sheet went, but oh, that was the okay. I don't know where my other sheet went, but the other one was find facial transplant near me. Find a local face transplant place. You guys know about all of those. So I just wanted to remind you guys and show you guys how that was all happening at the same time she was texting Al, making him believe his child is alive and out there. So let me pull our blast from the past social media post up. Okay. Let me just get to the top of this. Oh, and Allie sent me a message from Leticia yesterday. I just didn't get a chance to show you guys. I don't know if you guys are interested. Leticia sent a text message out of like through the app yesterday to Allie. And it's a really it's a really bad message. But if you guys want to see it, I'll read it to you. Hold on. Let me just scroll. Keep scrolling. Here we go. Damn, that was all the way at the top. Okay. Okay. You guys want me to read it? Okay. It's bad, though. It's bad. I'm telling you now, it's bad. Yeah, she does, Emily. Oh. Hold on. Thank you to the person. I don't want to say your name, but thank you so much. That was so very kind. Thank you. How do I? That was very, very kind. Okay. So the message says, I know you're a bunch of nosy bitches. I know, because I am too. The message says, and I quote, the warden is sexually assaulting people on her gator. Just so you know how the backwoods flows. In other news, had sex with male officer. It was fire. End quote. You know what? Now I feel like I have to show you guys it because it's so eerily close to these Google searches with the typos. Hold on. Thank you, Cutie Pie. Congratulations to whoever just got that membership. Please thank Cutie Pie. And thank you so much, Kelly P, for being a member for 3 months. Thank you, Melissa, for bringing us all this crazy. It's my pleasure. Thank you so much. I feel like I have to show you guys because look at the way that this is even typed. Okay. Ready? all those Google searches with all those typos that I just showed. Poor Allie. I know, and it's out of nowhere. Look at this. Ready? The warden is Essex assaulting people. You see the periods? On her gator. Just so you know how the backwoods flows. In other news, had sex with male officer. It was fire. Okay, Gypsy Rose. Okay. I'm picking up what you're putting down. Well, Allie has spoken to her on the Getting Out app before. I've showed you guys those messages. And so they've already had communication. Now Allie keeps the app for other reasons, but so out of nowhere, sometimes Leticia will unblock her and send her another message and then block her again. And this came out of nowhere. Okay. So I know though that Leticia sometimes has to add periods and not spell the words fully, so it goes through, because obviously there's a filter and it'll trigger. But where, like, what is this? First of all, this could be an issue with her lawsuit, because her lawsuit entails sexual assault from officers and stuff. So the fact that she's even writing something that, like, she has not learned anything. I don't know what her gator is. I don't want to know, really. I don't think I want to know. She is Sadie's 80. I don't know. So the warden is sexually assaulting people on her gator. Just so you know how the backwoods flows. In other news, had sex with a male officer. It was fire. I don't know, Darlene. I don't know what a gator is. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Little Red O. Like, you like, Little Red O is on top of Leticia's lawsuit and any developments with it. Shout out to Little Red. But think about it, Little Red, right? With her current lawsuit, this could be an issue. She is Elena. Yep. So let's take a blast in the past to those social media posts. Now, I told you guys so many times, she was very, very active with social media. This is something we're coming to see more and more with active true crime cases, is that the families of the victims will utilize social media. You guys could, I'm sure, and I made a Patreon post. I have a live scheduled for tomorrow to talk about this, but let's use the Sebastian Rogers case for an instant, right? It's turning in to a damn circus. And when I say that, it's not Sebastian, right? And it's not anything to do with him versus this thing that happens when families come on social media, even with the best of intentions. And then you have creators. It's a different subject. I'm sorry. I'll talk about that tomorrow. Thank you again, Cutie Pie. Thank you. Congratulations to our new member. You're so sweet. Thank you, Cutie Pie. Either way, this was one of the first cases I really watched, like, going crazy online, because Leticia went, maybe Queen Bella. Leticia went rampant in the social media groups. So she went, it was majority Facebook, okay? It's documented in the case files. The T Stauch innocent group is documented in the case files. There's interviews with people who were in these groups. Like, she went far. Yeah, exploitation. Yep. And so they're all over the place. They're not in any, like, consistent order or consecutive order, but you guys will get the point. And I will tell you guys when it's a fake account, when it's a legit account. It was crazy. Probably not Beach Lover, because I don't know which calls I'm going to be doing next. We already finished the pretext calls, but I'm going to be going over Trial highlights, Al's interview, Landon's interview, and then video calls and regular call, like jail calls. But I don't know tonight what I'm going to be doing. So, yes, rampant. Thank you, Callie, Lisa. So here we go. This is Leticia responding back to people in literally Fox 21 news posts, okay? And she's calling them, you're an idiot. This is, again, Leticia claiming that the neighbor was paid to release only one side of the footage. I told you guys before, I believe Leticia was going crazy about this footage because it was the one thing she was being truthful about. Nobody believed Ganon got out the other side of that vehicle, but he did. It was the one thing she was being honest about. What do you mean, Julie? What calls? Thank you again, Cutie Pie. That's so kind. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Congratulations to our newest member. Thank you, Cutie Pie. No, Elena, I don't believe it. My in-laws had a gator. They had a long driveway, a four-wheeler. Interesting. That's okay. I'm speaking like Leticia today, Riley. So this is you're an idiot. They have footage of the other side of the vehicle. Believe what you want because of a neighbor who was paid to release one hive. You know, this person is just going back and forth with Leticia, questioning her. So this is Leticia literally fighting with people, okay? So she's like, give me a break. You guys are fooled. This girl, meaning Landon, this girl cared nothing about Ganon. And the only reason Albert is supporting her until the truth comes out. This girl would go days without calling her kids, gave them up for a man, was involved in criminal activity, got on drugs, and posted nude. I really don't care what any of you say because she is a piece of shit getting money off of her child when she don't have shit and ain't never been shit. Her fake cries are to sucker y'all in just like she did for years with Albert. Finally, he realized and the kids came home. This was an accident, not some tragedy, and Ganon is alive. You are some wannabe reporters behind a keyboard. I was there. I have had contact with Albert. He knows the truth. G didn't want to be there because they pawned his items and had abuse around. He wasn't running to her. If you cared about Ganon, you would get the facts straight and know that this is her front she did for years. So again, this is all between the time of the murder, January 27th, to the day she was arrested, March 2nd. But it was majority during February, all the way into getting Nicole Mobley to file a false police statement, claiming she saw Ganon and Eduardo in a suitcase. But this, again, just like the pretext calls, she messes up, saying this is an accident. What was an accident? Nothing happened as far as we know. So Leticia saying, yes, idiot. Kids accidentally leave, you dumbass. They make bad choices. Oh, okay, so this wasn't an accident. Ganon left. You see how she flips? She has no idea. She has no idea what she wants to do. Hi, destination. So kids accidentally leave, dumbass. They make bad choices. Get the fuck out of here. You dumb keyboard warrior. Help out instead of type. You are a piece of crap too. And this is all under Fox News 21's Facebook. Thank you, Steph. Steph gifted a membership. Congratulations. We have all these new members. Thank you so much. Please thank Steph if you just got that. Okay. I think she hated Landon so much because I think she was Leticia is a toxic female. And so she's the type where your ex, period, I'm going to hate. But I think she was intimidated because Landon and Al shared biological children together. Leticia and Al did not. I think that she was a beautiful woman, beautiful woman, and that intimidated Leticia. And I do think Leticia and Al were starting to mess around before Landon and Al separated. And that's even in one of these posts you'll see. And so I think it's there's always that doubt. If he's willing to cheat with you, he will cheat on you. Thank you, Neat Noodle, too. Neat Noodle gifted a membership. Congratulations to our newest member. Please thank Neat in the chat if you just got it. Okay, I'm dying. Stop it. So this was the accident post. Kids leave all the time. So here's Leticia. I'm not going to read everyone else's post, but she's responding to people. Ganon was worried his Switch was getting sold. So who cares what method? You don't understand that education has nothing to do with something when someone is scared. And heck yes, if you do something, then you have to help fix it. This is because Leticia released that horrific candle video and people were coming at her. I don't know why Leticia released all of this stuff thinking it would help her, but she did. And people were confronting her because Ganon was crying and you were making him sell items to replace it. So she's snapping back. Heck yes, if you do something, then you have to help fix it. Child or no child. I could have sold the Switch, but I said something valuable to me, showing how much I was going to help him. Okay? So I could have made Ganon sold his Switch, but instead I said, we'll sell the couch or we'll sell whatever. It wasn't Ganon who did that. I know, that's one of the worst videos, man. So this is text messages between Leticia and someone, because I told you guys she would answer anybody. If Facebook group, you reach out to her on Messenger, she would respond. Hi, Amaya fam. And it screwed her, okay? So they're asking, oh yeah, the video released from when Ganon had burned the carpet by mistake. Everyone was posting how at the end they heard him say he was bleeding. I just played you guys that pretext call. Al confronted Leticia, right? And what did Leticia say? That was manipulated. That was altered. Ganon did not say he was bleeding at the end of it, right? Well, look. Leticia responds, he did bleed. I never hid that. That's where the blood came from. Once again, another fact I told police. Now he was bleeding, but she's trying to account for all of that blood spatter in his room to come from the night before with the candle incident. I think that's what's the haunting part, Chris, right? Chris said she released that video because she's dumb like that and she doesn't understand it was terrible. I think that's what freaks me out, is that any logical person like us can see that video and see so many red flags and how horrible it was. Leticia, even when she had all eyes on her and she needs to look her best, didn't think there was anything wrong with that video. So can you imagine how bad things must have been if Leticia didn't even think that video was bad? Hi, Ropes Gal. Thank you, Abellis. That's very kind of you. Abellis gifted memberships. Please thank Abellis if you just received one. Thank you so very much. Like, if she thought that video wasn't bad, what was bad to her? So kind, Debbie Doodles. Thank you, Abellis. So many times, Chezzy. Exactly, because she couldn't shut the fuck up. But that's the narcissism, right, We talk about it all the time. How it's that feeling of, I I can't not talk, right? I need to have that sense of controlling the situation. So she spoke to everybody. Hey, Wolfie. Sorry, hold on. I was putting my moisturizer on. Okay. So the person asked, even though the rest of these messages are a little bit farther down, but what was he bleeding from on the video? Because I know it was mentioned how his foot got wrapped in the garage. That's what Leticia said on Saturday, because he stepped on something in there, but never understood the I'm bleeding part. Okay, ready? This person wrote, Tisha was texting with a friend. Exact date is unknown, approximately mid-February. And the friend asked Leticia why she didn't face the camera in that interview. Remember the Spencer Wilson interview where Leticia's back is towards the camera and she said, I can't wait till Ganon comes home and you could all give me a sincere apology? So why didn't she face the camera in that interview? And Leticia implied that she couldn't show her face because her face was bruised due to, and I quote, details that haven't been released yet. She also said she had Baez law firm handling the case. She also told the girl she was 9 weeks pregnant. Just another series of her lies. She never stuck with a single story, and none of what she says is true, not a single thing. I'm glad her friends are realizing how manipulative she really is. So you guys, she wasn't just saying this shit to Al. She was in these groups posting this shit. So now, hi, Homer. Not too much, Homer. You're at a good time. Hi, Sammy. Yay. Oh, that's awesome. I'm glad you got one, Sammy. So yeah, she couldn't because, you know, she was brutally attacked and she was sexually assaulted. Hi, my fellow Melissa. Yeah, I know. Exhausting, I know, but never ceases to amaze me that there are people out here like this. Okay, so I read you guys this one. So the person asked, what was he bleeding from on the video? Because I know it was mentioned how his foot got wrapped in the garage because he stepped on something in there, but never understood the I'm bleeding part on the video. I didn't understand where Ganon was bleeding from in that video. Leticia wrote, he set a fire on accident. What do you mean? The candle broke from the heat. I jumped on the fire. Spoiler alert. No, the candle was in one piece. The candle never broke. They recovered the candle from the garbage with a sock. Why she didn't take any time to let me think this out, right? Let me think this out. I know that they probably recovered that candle. It wasn't broken. So now Leticia's trying to claim Ganon said he was bleeding because during the candle incident, the candle shattered and he stepped on the glass. Oh, Monica. Ooh, I hate that. Oh. And the person says, sorry, I meant what made him bleed? Was it busted? Yeah. Did the candle combust and he got hit by a shard, or did he step on it? Rapper, not right now. Okay. If you wanna behave, go for it, but don't spam. Okay. Thank you for the apology. So Leticia wrote, he stepped back on his foot from before. So yes, we couldn't see to get out of downstairs. It was too smoky and the alarm was saying fire, fire, fire. We ran out as fast as we could barefooted. So now It was so smoky you couldn't see where you were going. The alarm was screaming, fire, fire, fire. And Ganon ran, and his foot stepped on glass. But that's a lie. But this is Leticia incriminating herself. And just let it sink in at trial how incriminating all this is, yet they didn't even need to bring up these social media posts. They didn't even need to use it. They had so much on her that they left a lot out. She's seriously a conundrum. That's a great word. I like that word. Like what you said, MJ, nothing thought out and yet much thought out to cover the bases. She says, and that's what it is, Elena. And I think, do you think it's premeditated or impulsivity? I think both. And it doesn't make sense. And I don't know if I could say that in any other situation, but I think it was both premeditated, yet she didn't premeditate anything about it. Does that make sense? Like she knew she was going to do it. She knew she wanted to do it, but did she plan it out and take the steps to make sure it was done right and she wouldn't be caught up in luck? No, I think it was both. She is in all directions at the same time. She does. Yeah, she doesn't. Okay, Rapper. I wish they would study her. I really, really fucking wish they would. The person says, oh, okay, that makes sense. I'm glad you guys made it out safe. That must have been very scary. Aw. Thank you to that person. Thank you so much. So, remember the fake polygraph test? I know, Elena, but that's why we do. But we're not as smart, as we need to be. I need some scientists on this, but we'll continue with our little study group here. Her mind is very intriguing, but I wish that they would study it also to try to prevent this from happening. It's terrifying. Hi, Hilson, House of Crazy. So the person, ready? February 19th, we listened to a pretext call on the 19th. We listened to a pretext call on the 19th. And what was that call about? That call was about the polygraph test. And Leticia on the 19th told Al she passed, remember? But she wouldn't send him a copy unless he agreed to spend the night with her. Ready? This is February 19th. The person messages Leticia. Hey, everyone is passing around your messages about taking a polygraph test. Leticia, oh, thank you. It's not Rockets. That's very kind of you. Thank you so much. I didn't want to say the name, but thank you. So Leticia writes, I know, it's funny. Eliminating in potential jury members if something happens. They are the idiots. Okay. Hi, JMs. So you would not give Al these polygraph results. You accused Al of having people post on social media. Yet this is you in Facebook groups, because there were a lot of Facebook groups, obviously. And you're posting, you took a polygraph test and you passed. And now you're eliminating in potential jury members. Why is you're not arrested yet? Why would you even be thinking like that? That's guilty mind. Oh, really? Hobo? He has a lot of accounts, Michelle. A lot of accounts. Right, Nova Star? Exactly. Little slips, And the person's like, what does that mean? Sorry, I've never heard that before. I've never heard of eliminating potential jury members. I'm still new to certain things about this case. I've just never heard of it. I'm guessing that means you've never done a polygraph test and that it was just to get them to be quiet. Leticia says, no, I did the test. Oh, okay. So what does the other thing mean then? You know, the eliminating of potential jury members. Oh, Elena, thank you so much. That's so generous. Thank you. Congratulations to our members. Please thank Elena if you just got a membership. It's very, very generous, Elena. Thank you so much. And thank you, Rainy Rain. Oh, I like that. For being a member for 2 months. Thank you so much. You guys are amazing. Thank you for my black heart too. That's very generous. Thank you. Well, thank you so much. It's very much appreciated. Thank you. Yeah, she took the test to taint the jury. So Leticia says, like, if something was to go to trial, if people are summoned and have involved in public opinion, they are disqualified. It's black, Elena. I'll argue to the death with you about this. So many. It's the best community, Tabitha. Best little community here. So why is your mind in that place, Leticia? Why? You can't, and what I don't understand is how her brain didn't grasp, oh yeah, this makes me look guilty, right? Where is that disconnect? Oh, damn. So how did the test go? Again, she would not give Al these test results. Assuming you passed the polygraph test? Yes, for sure. Yes, I did. Excuse me. I just played for you guys the recorded call with the polygraph test guy. She couldn't even pass the fake one. Yeah, these were random people, Maya fam. So it was a combination of some of them were creators. Some of them were admins in Facebook groups, random people reaching out. There were a mixture. She would answer everyone. I know, Melissa Morgan, I know. Jules. So, yep, for sure. Yes, I did. No, you didn't. So, remember that comment I read to you guys earlier, how she wasn't looking towards the camera because the marks on her face? This is that person. So, the person, right? I think that's why people were accusing you, because of your location on his disappearance. Which, I mean, it's hard on knowing what to believe, and people are going to blame you and point fingers at the person that was last seen with him. And knowing it's a child and you're a step parent and the way that works, it's crazy these days with step parents. It puts your innocence in a rough spot, you know? I like to keep an open mind, though as best as I can. So Leticia writes, I didn't want people to see the marks on my face. It will come out. Pretty fucking guilty, JD Wells. That's what Al said, Aaliyah. Al said, you're looking for an out. You're looking for like a loophole versus you're innocent. So here's Leticia. Liar! Here's Leticia. Oh, and that's what's interesting. She didn't register on her own. It's going to appear poorly if you can't see my face in this interview, right? It takes the backlash, just like the candle video, for her to register, oh, I look bad, apparently. And so the reason I wasn't facing the camera is my face was all beaten up. Oh my goodness, what marks did you have? Was it from the candle thing? Let's just say I did my best to protect G. If I could reach through this computer and just slap her, I would. I told you she's the biggest victim of Ganon's murder in her mind. So let's just say The reason my face was all marked up is because I did my best to protect Jade. A person from Lawyer is about to post stuff soon. I got the Baez law firm. That's why I have to be vague. We haven't released that yet. He is flying me to meet with them. Oh, really now? Is he? We're gonna hear from Baez in just a short minute. And that's a crazy Vivi. That's a crazy part, Vivi, and you're very pretty. But if she was so unhappy already, like with Al, she had a beautiful life. She had a beautiful home. They traveled the world. Was it just those kids that she hated? No, she does not have that maternal instinct. So what would be the difference of finding another guy with kid? You know what I mean? It doesn't. Come on. So the person, right, you're good. I understand you're not allowed to say much due to it being an ongoing investigation. Oh, but she did. And no matter what I say or how I say it, I don't expect you to believe me 100% because I'm a stranger, because she's talking to strangers, and you're just meeting me. Leticia says, just have to keep praying it every day. Then they wrote, hey, someone said you're pregnant? Are you? How far along are you? How is your day today? Leticia, 8 weeks today. Rubbing her fake cash money belly. Aw, what did Al say about it? Not sure. What? What?
Okay, what the?
Not sure. You haven't told Al yet? You announce it to the world in these Facebook groups, but you haven't told Al, baby father? Which I'm under the belief you tell the father of your child first. I mean, maybe, like if you're super close with your mom and you're excited and you want to share it like with one okay. But the father of the child deserves to know first. But again, there is no child. So, but let it sink in. This is what she was doing in between the murder and being arrested. Like, I've never seen anything like this. I really have not. You haven't told him? So the reason that Leticia was so adamant on all those pretext calls about standing by her wife is because, as you could see, Leticia was all up in these Facebook groups. Hi, Carrie Beth. And people were absolutely seeing that there were no interviews being done together. There was no Al and Leticia standing side by side. People had issues with Leticia, and they saw that Al was not really in the picture, and they were speculating. And Leticia just wanted, there were moments, as you're going to see in these posts, where she claims that he's standing by her side and they have to do it a certain way. And then there are other times where she is throwing Al under the bus and making people believe he has involvement. Self-sabotage to the max. Okay, we saw this. Okay, ready? So people, and that got out. Leticia decides, I'm going to tell everyone publicly that I have Baez Law Firm. So people started to tweet at Baez Law. Rumor has it that T. Stauch is claiming that you are representing her. Hashtag find Ganon. And by rumor, I mean there is a screenshot of her literally stating that. The 19th, the same day of the pretext call, the same day she's telling Al Nancy Grace is going to confirm her polygraph, she passed with flying colors, and she has Jose Baez as her lawyer. You ready? Jose Baez. This is not true. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Carrie. Thank you so much. Love you and thank you. Love you also and thank you. Thank you, thank you. Dude, it was crazy. If you followed this at the time it was happening, it was crazy. It's so embarrassing to spend over. Hey, Allie. Here we go again. Now it's the 24th, okay? So this was the 19th. A whole 5 days later, he has to come out again. Again. I have to again go on the record and say that my firm is not involved in the Ganon Stauch case in any way, shape, or form. Please do not contact my firm with further inquiries, as I do not comment on pending cases of this nature. Hashtag Ganon Stauch. Thank you, Elena. Hit that thumbs up, like if you absolutely adore MJ and her passion and compassion. Thank you, Elena. I adore you guys more than I can express, really. So, oh my goodness. No, Lee the Bee. I knew the moment that Spencer Wilson interview came out. I'm not going to say I knew before because I didn't know anything really that was going on. But that's Spencer Wilson. And me and Allie, that was my beginning. We covered Ganon's case together all the way at the back at the beginning of our channels. But I knew from that Spencer Wilson interview, like most people, that no, there's something seriously wrong here. But do you not think Al didn't see this? He did, and he still had to pretend. He still had to pretend. Thank you, JD Wells. Remember, for 5 months, she'll say he's lying. Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you so much. JD Wells would gift me, we would be in Icked Mel's during Leticia's trial. I would watch it in Icked's. And he had that game that you could play with Streamlabs, and JD Wells would always gift me a little amount so I could play. Well, thank you, Robert. I hope you stay true to that. I would love that, Allie. My fellow Melissa, 8 best months of my life. You guys are too much, seriously. I appreciate you all so much. Thank you, Melissa. Yep, a lot of us. Yep, exactly. I think it was a huge name at that time. And even though, again, here's the part where Leticia's brain doesn't register, that Jose Baez got a guilty mother off, like it doesn't look good really that you have him, but in her mind, it did. I don't know though. So this is where Leticia gets caught posting under Harley's account. One of many times. This is what I mean by Leticia has more victims than just Ganon. Of course, Ganon is the main victim here. But Harley was also. So this is one of the many times Leticia got busted posting under her child's Facebook account. So Harley Hunt. Oh, Albert and Tisha have been together 6 years and married 5. Tisha helped cover for Landon all the time to get to see her kids when she lost everything. Even letting her stay at our house, picking her up, letting her borrow money, etc. Albert eventually told Tisha to not enable her and to not talk to her unless it involves exchanging the kids at breaks. Do you know Harley to call her mom Tisha? Tisha? But here is Leticia using Harley's account to push a narrative. And this narrative, because it fluctuates day by day, is when Leticia and Landon actually had a very good relationship, and Leticia was trying to help Landon get the kids back. And this person wrote in the what happened to Ganon, they screenshotted it, and they wrote, T is up early on Harley's account. Everyone keep your eyes peeping for new internet fuckery. This is Leticia's mom, who posted in a Q&A from a public Facebook group. Someone asks, Deborah, all right, I believe you, Deborah. Now answer me this. Who all saw Ganon on Monday between 11 a.m. and 4? Deborah, Leticia's mom, wrote, see, if someone picked them up, leaving out around 10:30 and coming back around 2:30, I don't know how to do that. This is Leticia's sister. It's taking a toll on all of us. I just want Ganon home, and I just want all the people in Colorado to shut the fuck up about my blood sister. It's really starting to get the best of me. Real talk. Now, with all of these jail calls we're listening to that Allie and Bendy have released, Leticia always says how she doesn't have family, right? Her family are pieces of shit. No. Her family defended her. Her family was out in these groups and they tried. But then it became very clear Leticia was guilty. Megsy. Hi, Megsy. These are Facebook messages with Tisha. My husband said Tuesday, Lena has to be back in school. Aw, every time I see them searching, I feel like they're on a fool's errand. And then I read that law enforcement said that there are several persons of interests. But according to them, POI just means they may have information. Leticia's like, what's POI? Person of interest? You know, because that would interest her. Hi, Ange. Drive safely. And the person says, yes, person of interest. February 20th, same time of the pretext calls. Now everyone is losing it over screenshots of you saying you hired Jose Baez. LOL. Look at this bitch. She was updating the Facebook groups. Ugh. Update. He was seen on several different camera footages that was sent to me. And there was black sports car very close on one. Okay, pause. Initially, in the Lorson Ranch Facebook groups, when Ganon went missing, obviously the neighborhood went on the lookout. And anytime that they even saw a child that remotely looked like Ganon, they would report it, right? But Leticia did not take it as a tip versus she acted and she told Al and the police and the Facebook groups that it was a verified sighting. This was an older post by Landon, and ready for your hearts to melt. Okay. This was in 2016. And I know these posts are all over the place. There's no like consecutive order of them, but this is the heart Ganon had. Ready? August 12th, 2016, Landon wrote, "So I asked my little man this morning about Jesus and what he knows. And he tells me the story about how Jesus died. And because of that, we can live. I asked him, but how does he believe? And he says, you just do. So I proceed to ask, but why do you just know? And then Ganon says, I believe in him, Mommy, because he believes in me." There's just something about, Ganon, and it's amazing how you could not know someone, like we don't personally know him, yet you feel like you do, you can grow an attachment with a victim in the cases that you follow. And there was always just something about Ganon. He had like an old soul, if that makes sense. Like he was a child, but there was just something so genuine and mature. And that's why every time Leticia says in the interviews and stuff, Ganon would be the first one to help me. Ganon would be the, what can I do, Tisha? I believe that. I believe that was true, which makes it, not to say it makes it any worse. It's horrible no matter what, but I can't imagine that kid even giving any issue, like there's just something about him. Ganon and Quentin Simon, something about when I look at them, this energy comes through. Like they were good boys, very, very good boys. Yeah, the mural. Yeah. Well, and I agree that it's comforting knowing that Ganon had faith as young as he was. And this was 2016. He had faith, and he's not alone. These are the text messages between Landon and Leticia with all these pretext calls. Hey, Fancy, with all these pretext calls. And Leticia livid, right, about Landon being there. These are the text messages. You heard Al say to her, you're the one who said it was okay. Ready? Landon says, leaving here with my brother at 3:30 from Myrtle. Can we stay there? At your house? Could we stay there? That's where Ganon lives. That's where Lena is. It's totally reasonable that they would want to go and stay at the house. Leticia says, just ask Albert so he isn't upset with me about making decisions without asking. But someone can get you from the airport. Harley or I can. I'm heading out with the neighbor searchers. She didn't. Leticia never searched, obviously. Landon writes, find my baby, please. Find my babe. January 28th, 8:23 a.m. At this time, Leticia was moving Ganon. Can you send me the pics of him at the store or anything you have? If you're wondering, what store? Just like I said a moment ago, people gave tips. They submitted tips. Leticia told everybody that they were verified. So someone would call and say, hey, I just saw like 2 boys at this corner store that looked like maybe one of them could be Ganon. And so she would call and she would say, they just had a verified sighting. They just had a verified sighting. They saw him at the store. So Landon thinks there was a sighting of Ganon when there wasn't. Elena, again, that was very, very extremely kind and generous. Thank you so much, Elena. Congratulations to our newest members. Please thank Elena if you just got one. Thank you. That's very, very generous, Elena. Landon is a saint. I have so much respect for her. I have so much respect for her because I'll never forget her victim's impact statement. But they asked her, how'd you get through this? How did you get through this trial? Okay. She said, Ganon's here with me. He was there with me every day in that courtroom. And I was just so appreciative that she felt his presence. God, it gets me fucking emotional. I just have a lot of respect for her. So, a lot of people do not remember this. One of Leticia's first stories, one of her very first narratives, was that he not only stayed home from school that Monday, but he went to the doctor. It didn't last long. That narrative only lasted about the 28th. I'm sorry, Roro. It just, I can't think about it without getting emotional. Please do, LJ. LJ, please. Yes, definitely. Thank you, Elena. Thank you, Harlot. She did, Katie. Yeah. So Leticia claimed that she brought Ganon to the doctor. That was so easily debunkable. And so she changed that around real quickly to I called the number. But that was one of the first narratives. So this person asks, and this is Tuesday, January 28th at 6:11 a.m. What I want to remind you guys, at 6:11 a.m. on the 28th, do you know what she was doing? This would be Tuesday morning, early Tuesday morning. Do you remember? They questioned Harley on the stand about this because Harley didn't sleep downstairs in the basement in her room Sunday night into Monday because it was too smoky with the candle incident. But Monday into Tuesday, she did sleep in her room downstairs. This would be after the police did the walkthrough around the house. Ganon was in the storage room, okay? Harley slept down there, and they asked Harley if she remembers hearing any noises, any shuffling in the early morning hours of Tuesday, where she said no. They asked her that because Leticia would have gone downstairs in the basement, recovered the suitcase with Ganon from the storage room, and went up. That is when we see her load the neighbor's Ring doorbell, catches her loading up the Tiguan, driving out very quickly for about a couple of minutes, right? She does the first test drive and pulls back in, and then she goes to the airport, parks the car, gets the rental car, and gets out. So at the same time, the same exact time, she is moving his body. She's still responding to people. That's also one of the things that blows my mind. She responded to everyone. You would think that she would be focused a little bit more on what she is doing right in this moment. But she's still responding to people and messages. And it's something so eerie about it to me. It's something so creepy to even look at these messages and knowing what was happening as she was like sending them, you know? So the person sends the message at 6:11 a.m. on Tuesday morning. Have y'all found Ganon? Leticia says no, while she is simultaneously moving his body. I think, Leanna, she was doing a little test run to see if anybody, you know, like how much activity there was. Was there anybody out walking? We don't know for certain. Oh, thank you, LJ. I don't know, Lena, and that's the part where it's like sociopathic, you know, is that what would have happened? That's what I'm saying. At any given moment, that cop could have found Ganon's body right there. What would she have done? I don't know. At any time when she's, you know, going across the country with Ganon in the back of that moving van, she could have been stopped, and she was really being looked at that point. She would have, who knows what I don't know. So have y'all found Ganon? No. And I want you to also realize the time different. 6:11, the message comes through. 6:13, she responds without, so she's right away. No time passing. Wow. Did he not go to school with Lena? Leticia says this happened after 3:30. We talked to him, and notice Leticia did this all of the time. She would say, we last spoke to him, because she didn't want to say I, because it would put her as the last person with Ganon. So she always to people would say, we spoke to him, we told him, we last heard from him, to make it seem like it was her and Al. No, it was only her. So we talked to him then and told him to be home by 6. The person responded, someone posted he wasn't at school either, meaning Monday. Leticia said he had to go to the doctor for his stomach. That was a lie. It was one of the original narratives. That was a lie. Where did he say he was at? And then Leticia, but he was here in the afternoon. Honestly, I don't keep up with friends. Albert lets them walk around the neighborhood. So here we are. Hi, Sprinkle Donut. Here we are. Now shifting blame onto Ganon, right? I'm sorry, blame onto Al, right? You know, like Albert lets them walk around. I wish I was there to help. I'm sorry. I never did that with Harley, so I don't have any of their numbers. Albert had them. You see that? Just asking, where did he go? And she said, well, you know what? Albert let them do this. I never did that with Harley. I didn't raise her that way. But Albert would have their numbers. You see how she does that? Yes, Homer. That would be Sunday into Monday. The girls slept upstairs, Aaliyah. The night of the candle incident into Monday morning. Then Monday into Tuesday, Harley slept in her room. Well, we saw the footage of Lena riding outside, and it was fine. If you remember, Little Redo, it was fine. I don't remember seeing. We even saw the workers out front. So this is posted on her Facebook. Update. Cops came. This was right after the cops left, okay? Which, please remember, don't forget, one of Leticia's narratives was that Ganon and Eduardo were still in the house, or Quincy was still in the house after the cops came, remember? And that's when she was hogtied, held up, and all of that happened. We heard it on the pretext calls, but I guess she didn't account for her Facebook posts. Update. Cops came, 6 of them. Searched the house because they said sometimes kids are good at hiding. Got all the information, and I'm sorting through all of yours right now. My chest hurts so bad. I haven't eaten since 9 a.m. I feel like I'm having a panic attack. Thanks for all you guys are doing, and keep us in your prayers. So how are you hogtied? That's what I'm saying. Like, she didn't even care to think at all about the narrative she was giving out. Yeah, Kate. Yep. I know, Tanya. I know. They didn't hear anything now. But how is it about Leticia and food again? Yep. If every time we believed Tisha when she said she hasn't eaten, she would be a skeleton. You're right, Katie. You're right. But it's about her. Her chest is hurting. She hasn't eaten. She's having a panic attack. Poor Tisha. I think it's time for a word from our sponsor.
You were big. I'm serious. You look big.
I only weighed 140 something.
Well, you look humongous. But anyway, darling, I know it's time for us to go. I'll holler at you later. I love you.
I don't want to hear how you haven't eaten, Tisha. Okay. Someone is tagging EPC Sheriff and at B. Thompson News, the news stations. Is this true? Stepmom is claiming y'all paid the neighbor $5,000 to only release half the video. This is something we heard Leticia say to Al many times. Okay. Thank you, Alina, again. Alina just gifted a membership. Congratulations. Please thank Alina if you just got the membership. Thank you, Alina. So it screenshots Tisha's post. You are an idiot. They have footage of the other side of the vehicle. Believe what you want because of a neighbor who was paid to only release half. And Brandon Thompson responds, no, we did not pay anyone for video in this story. So I don't know who this is like an exchange between, but someone knew about what was going on. So somebody asked, when did Ganon text his friend Jimmy? Was this true? Did they ever find a text? They wrote, no. He texts his dad to go play with Jimmy, but stepmom was home when he texts his dad. He was not at school Monday. He did not go to Jimmy's house. Dad didn't even know who Jimmy was. It's interesting seeing everybody at the time trying to figure out in real time what was going on. You know what I mean? But they were pretty accurate, honestly. So she says it doesn't make sense and she is acting strange. Says she gets hysterical at times and no one can talk to her. She thinks she is hiding something. Detectives had leads last night, so I'm assuming they are looking into the family. Yesterday afternoon, they were trying to find out if anyone at all has seen Ganon since Friday, and no one has seen him physically, just via text. They were looking for persons of interest, not good. Crime unit is involved and are telling the community to back off so to not jeopardize the case. T. Stauch. I wanted to give everyone an update. I'm sorry if I haven't been able to write you back. We don't have any new updates today. We do know that he was at a store last night in Colorado, but the camera did not pick up the car. Pause. He was not. You see, this is why Landon texted her saying, "Can you please send me the photo or anything?" It was tips. It was the community sending in any tips if they happen to see any child they thought could be Ganon. But she posted it like it's fucking verified. Albert left his training and just landed. From point A to B was not possible by foot according to the time of the camera. Therefore, he had to have been in a car. We don't know with who or why, because he wasn't old enough to have friends with a car that anyone was aware of. The National Guard has activated public affairs officers and are working with the county police. They will upgrade it to a missing child today. This is Landon's sister. This is why when I say Leticia and Al started having an affair when he was still married to Landon, I'm going off of what Landon's sister said. So she said, Leticia was Landon's best friend. There you go. Know some facts. Everything out of stepmom's mouth is a lie. Landon is my sister-in-law and would do anything for those kids. If you only knew the story. Leticia, the stepmom, was Landon's best friend? Yes, and had an affair with her husband, Albert. Landon still loved Tisha even after doing her dirty. Yeah, I'm sorry, sister-in-law. Hi, Wicked Rose. So this was under Amy, Leticia's sister, post. And people are saying prayers, praying, prayers. Well, Treva said, this isn't the latest update. They found blood in your damn sister's home. She's a murderer. Stop trying to cover up and start telling the truth so this baby can finally rest in peace. Her family originally believed her and had her back. Here is Leticia. Again, she would release all of the photos and the videos like an idiot. Somebody asked, do the police have the dogs out? I know it is raining and wet, but worth a shot. Here's Leticia. Took this yesterday, and that is them on the hike at the Garden of the Gods. She very much made it worse for herself with everything she released. Yeah, Elena. And again, like I've said it to you guys so many times before, I don't think Leticia was necessarily a born killer. Like, I don't think she just has a passion to kill like a lot of the other killers that we study. I think her personality, mental illness, mixed with the society we live in, toxic female, everything mixed led her to get to this point. And I think if that could happen with Tisha, that could happen with other women. And it needs to be prevented. So this is when Leticia was slandering Landon. Okay, welcome, Melissa Morgan. Thank you for becoming a member, my fellow Melissa. Yeah, and jealousy. Yes, Megsy, thank you. This is when Leticia was slandering Landon all over the internet. This is, again, she tortured those parents. She tortured them. But somebody asks, if your home was a safe haven for Ganon in comparison to the horrible place he was rescued from, then why did he leave? Why weren't you combing the fields that Monday with the rest of the volunteers? Leticia wrote, thank you, I have and have been in a different capacity looking through the lineups. The lineups? Get the facts. The lineups? I don't recall Leticia looking through lineups. She updates the Lorson Ranch residents' Facebook page. El Paso County is going to make a public announcement. My husband's unit, Public Affairs, will be working with them as well. We do not have anything other than he was at the store in Fountain and there was no camera view of the car. We are 99% certain he was on Academy last night, according to some pictures. He did not go to school today, nor have we heard from him. Thank you, everyone. So now hi, Carolina. Now she also took, hi, Caleb. Now she also took another sighting of him potentially being on Academy and states it as fact. Oh, here's where Leticia slips again and is using Harley's account. You ready for this? Oh, I giggle so much with these, but it's sad though, but like she was dumb. Ready? Hi, Tisha. I miss you, girl. Been a minute since the Faith days. Wait a second. Who this? That's not Tisha's account. Whose account is this? Oh, that's Harley's account, and she forgot to sign out of it. Yes. Miss you guys too. Hope you are doing well. The kiddos are doing great. I see yours have grown into such a beautiful young lady. She was so little the last time I saw her. My, how time has flown. Are you even in the area anymore? I keep seeing you all over the place. LOL. Harley Hunt. I am there sometimes, but my husband is stationed in Colorado. But I do travel a lot. Laughing emoji heart. Glad everyone is doing well. Leticia, Miss Ma'am, did you forget to switch accounts as you were posting under your child's? You led a lot of people to side-eyed Harley. I side-eyed Harley because from our point of view, Harley was just posting and she bought the cleaning supplies and she was there. How horrible. That is not a mom. My husband. Tisha. So this is when Landon, hi Chloe Joe. I'm sorry, Chloe Jade. This is when Landon had to make a post because Leticia was dragging her through the dirt and claiming that Ganon and Lena had to escape a very abusive environment. So while her child is missing, and while Leticia is handing over all of these absurd stories, Landon also had to deal with the slander campaign online. And she had to make a post saying, I never lost my kids. However, being in the hospital for 7 months, my kids could not stay here. So yes, they moved with Al and Leticia for 1.5 years, and the rest of their lives they were with me. I do not have a rap sheet. We were staying with my mother after the hospital with Nova. If you guys don't know, Nova is Ganon's other sister. She was very young at the time of Ganon's murder. Jealous of how the kids were when they were with us. Not an addict. She fought for my kids for 5 years, and she could not handle it because now my son is gone. Hi, lunch lady. These were the emails that Leticia released between her and Al. And this was before the pretext calls. Look at the date. It goes before to the day of a pretext call. So this was February 10th. Why she screenshotted her and Al's emails and released them into Facebook groups. And then you guys just heard all the pretext calls. How she spoke to Al and accused him of doing things on social media. Yes, Megsy, that's what I'm saying. That was not true. I thought that all the way in the beginning too, because I only knew what Leticia was putting out in these social media posts. She was not, Megsy. She didn't have the kids because Landon had a very difficult pregnancy with Nova. So Leticia screenshotted her and Al's emails. This is February 10th. Al to Leticia. I can see from your emails that we are on the same side. We all just want Ganon home. That's my main focus. But this is so hard without having you to talk to and snuggle with at night after these long days. I am working on the media Q&A. Don't know if it will happen yet. I hate the media. Now pause. This was before the pretext calls. You are Melissa Morgan. This was before the pretext calls. And they were setting up the pretext calls. So Al had to talk to her. Like he still cared, okay? February 14th, Valentine's Day. We heard a pretext call. Oh, please be safe, Elena. I think it's starting to rain here too. Actually, I hear it. This is the day of a pretext call. Tisha, I want to give you whatever I can to solve this dilemma. You know, I always have given you everything you wanted and that I was able. Uncle Jeff is leaving for his flight, like 11-ish. So can we talk then, please? And that would be the pretext call, guys. Tisha, you don't understand. On top of Ganon being missing and having no information, I cannot even see or find my family either. Every move I make, I feel like, oh, damn it. Where was I? Here it is. No, not this one. Okay. Every move I make, I feel like someone is looking over my shoulder, and you know I hate that. I just want to be home with my family. I asked the media lady to think about letting me do a Q&A so I can say some words that only me and you would know or understand. Please be listening for that so you'll know my heart. Okay? Yeah, Michelle, I could hear the rain happening right now. So this said, so T Stauch claims she's pregnant and that Al hates the media. Why? They've been nothing but amazing and helpful to him. I bet she forged these before she uploaded them to Facebook. I can't believe Al would say this. So what did Leticia do? Leticia screenshotted those emails that Al sent trying to set up the pretext calls and released them to prove See, they're still good. My husband is standing by me. He hates the media too. He hates the police too. Can you believe that? Alina, thank you so much. Congratulations to our new members. Please thank Alina if you just got one. Alina, you're too kind. Thank you so very much. Seriously. So kind. Thank you. Mexi. Okay, Sammy. Yes. Oh, yes. Sprinkle Dog Night. Yeah, absolutely. No, I think Al did send those, Crime Crochet Coffee, because he even referenced it in the pretext calls, because he said in the email, right? Leticia said she wants her family of 4. But he sent those not because that's how he was really feeling. He was setting up, getting ready to record the pretext calls. So he had to get in like and act like he cared. But Leticia screenshotted it and released it. Oh, okay. I love you, Elena. Thank you so much. You're so generous. Thank you for the gifted memberships, and just thank you for being here with us. Hi, Yellow Lemons. Absolutely horrendous, right, Jess? Thanks, Jess. Okay. Okay, I'm not going to read this. I'll leave it here. If you guys want to screenshot it and read it on yourselves, I don't like to go over this one. This one is the 3-way text between Leticia, Al, and Landon. I told you guys how there was documented abuse of both Ganon and Lena. And there was an incident with Lena where she told her mom. Her mom confronted Leticia, and Al made Leticia apologize. I'm sorry. Al made Landon apologize to Leticia. I don't like to go over it because I don't want to it's done and it's over with. I just don't like to go over it. I like to focus on Leticia. You know what I mean? Oh, thank you to that person. That's very kind of you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Megsy, there was documented abuse from Leticia to both Ganon and Lena. Ganon reported his abuse to the school 2 weeks prior to his murder. There was an incident with Lena. Lena told her mom before Ganon's murder that Leticia had stuffed her face down into the carpet. Landon confronted Leticia about it. Al took Leticia's side and made Landon apologize to Leticia. Al apologized to Landon during his victim impact statement, specifically about that. So that's why I don't, of course it's good to know if you don't know and you want to know all the information. I just don't like to re-go over it because I'm sure it's very sensitive. You know what I mean? I could jump back, Gene, if you want to screenshot it. I just don't want to go over it, but you could grab a screenshot of it and then read it on your own. So it's this, and this is just a zoomed up version of that letter. So you guys could go back if you're interested in reading it yourself. I'm just not going to re-go over it. Back then, yes, Sarah M. Okay, so Somebody asks, when was the last time you saw Ganon? Leticia writes, after school, 3:15 to 4-ish. Was Ganon home and went back out after school? Just want some clarification. Leticia wrote, he was home and every day they have to ride laps or play outside after school and can stay out till 6. So at this point now, Ganon was out riding laps. You're good, Gene Salzman. I know, Bean Feathers. Please, please, please always believe your kids. If they tell you abuse is happening, you would rather believe them and be wrong than not believe them and be wrong. I don't know how you ride a lap, Harwood. Okay, it's just about the bus. This is Leticia giving the wrong description, the wrong clothes. I'm okay, Jean. Thank you. Good night, Jess. We know what Ganon was last in, because we know what he was found, he was recovered in, but she was giving them a wrong description of what he was wearing. That's a great question, Scott, and that's what I feel like we all keep kind of going around in a circle is, why was there such a disconnect? Why? Well, Sarah, excuse me, Landon knew about Lena, that one incident. Landon did not know about the school being notified twice until after he was murdered. Yes, every teacher is a mandated reporter, and his teacher reported it to the principal, but there was never a report to DCFS. A major fail. Listen, like most everyone failed Ganon in one way or another. Okay. So Leticia giving Ganon's description. Blue jacket. He had his bike at one point, but switched with his sister. So he would be on foot now, unless he got in the car with someone. No book bag, blue jeans, and tennis shoes. Jacket had a hood. Sometimes he wore it, and sometimes he didn't. 4'10", about 90 pounds. That is not what he was wearing. He was in his pajamas. Update. He was seen on several different camera footages that was sent to me. And there was black sports car very close on one. So people are obviously sending in tips, right? Sending in Ring doorbell footage, and she would know in a second if it was Ganon or not. Yet look at her. Look at her posting. Yes. I've been sent footage, and it's him. She wanted people to have she wanted Ganon to be alive after he was missing with her. You know what I mean? That is so. Oh Biscuits says, I'm a preschool teacher and I have called CPS myself to report abuse multiple times. They never followed up on a single call. That is so heartbreaking. I was in one, but not the one that she was in, Sarah M. This is numerous, and a lot of these are screenshotted from other groups and reposted in the other groups, because there's numerous groups. CPS and DCFS is a literal joke in America. Something tragic has to happen before they do anything. And that's what's so sad. And I agree with you. I know that they're understaffed and underfunded. But look what happened to what's his name? Oh my God, it's like the worst, one of the worst cases of like the child abuse. What's his name? Oh my God, I can't believe I forgot it. The little boy who was being locked up. They have a Netflix. What was his name? Oh my goodness, Gabriel. Thank you, Lee the Bee. Yes, and it's so hard, but it shows you he was being severely abused. Yeah, Gabriel Hernandez. Thank you. He was being so severely abused, but he still loved his mom. And there were active reports, and they did nothing. Nothing. He was going to school with black eyes. Nothing. Yeah, I was told about Dakota, and I didn't know the severity of the case until I was on Bendy's, and I mentioned, I was told about it, and everyone was like, "Oh my God, no, 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 no! That's like the worst case I've ever seen." And I did a quick Google search, and I'm just shocked that I hadn't heard about it sooner. Timothy, oh, okay. Yeah, Rando, yeah. So this is her giving the false description to try to throw people off. This is the infamous text. And as you can see, T's post. So Leticia took the screenshot and posted it because that would help you, right? But she does. Leticia to Albert. He said something about a friend. Bath salts are dangerous. He asked me yesterday, were they the same as salts? I told Harley, and she was like, Mom, the bad ones. See, she's dragging in her child. And I just told him, no, bath bombs weren't the same. I'll ask him why he asked you. Al says, and the kids need to stay off Tok Tok. Leticia says, okay, is that bad? And he said, don't worry about it. He was just asking to see what they were. So Leticia is posting this in the damn Facebook groups. I didn't either, Harlot, but it's bad. I'll text you about it. It's bad. Oh, thank you, Biscuits. Yes, because at this point, remember, they already had her phone, so she had other phones, and the contacts were all weird. It would be like, something maybe Nicole, and then Albert boyfriend. I don't know. It's a good question, Rando. So Albert writes back, he is talking about a friend that brother has a car and doing a sleepover. Same kid that asked about bath salts. Absolutely not. I haven't let him ever do a sleepover, and he will not sleep over. We don't even have bath salts. Is it like the ones for the tub? Yes, research it. It's bad. It's kind of like meth, I think, when they use them for drugs. It's deadly. Here's Leticia. This Epsom salt? I think he came in my room asking me about it last night, and I gave him a bath bomb. He took 2 baths. I just thought he was dirty from pants. It's fine for baths. So those are like the context of the bath salts, okay? This is someone who posted about Leticia, Okay. And she wrote, she is literally on 24/7. And she reads my messages instantly, always, and replies, ... till yesterday. I told you guys she was not sleeping. I told you guys she was answering back all day, every day to anybody who was willing to talk to her. I don't know, because I don't have the date of this, if this is then when she got arrested. Oh, thank you, Christina Todd, and welcome. But she wasn't sleeping. She wasn't sleeping. She was just go, 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 go. I can tell you this. For the first time, her Facebook Messenger is silent with no activity for over 14 hours. So it's bad even when when complete strangers know what your activity is. Hi, Christina. How are you? So this person wrote, we had several chats before I was even in here, and Leticia opened up to me about what was going on. I joined this group and then began to really see what she was about and pay attention to the case. Someone asked, did you get any truth out of her? The person wrote, she has family that are from where I am and relatives that I know, etc. A very loose connection, but it was enough for Leticia to tell me things. Hi, Brandy. And she told me she was going to be very rich. Her words were, I quote, like Hollywood rich when this was all said and done. I mean, we can't verify that, but are we going to pretend that that's not exactly what Leticia would say? That by the time that this was all done, she was going to be Hollywood rich? Hollywood rich. She told me that Albert knows better and wants nothing more than his family to be together. So again, she only cared. Yes, Scott. Yep. She only cared about the public image, like what it appeared like. And people were questioning why her and Albert weren't actively together. And so she was telling people that Albert knows and he wants nothing more than all of us to be together. Hi, Sarah Bellum. Sounds just like her. The sad part is she very well may be Hollywood rich when this is over if they don't nail her on this. Maybe that's why he's so quiet? Yes, because Al wasn't saying anything. He was working with the FBI. You too, Aries. Yes, Allison. Thank you, Gabriel. Yes. Al is working. They talk every day to each other, several times a day. So Leticia was spilling all the beans. Geez, that's awful. Sounds like she aspires to be Casey Anthony. Have you left or any new messages? Her message from me is still not even seen. And she definitely doesn't go to bed at 8 p.m. and sleep in. She is usually on 24/7. Told you she did not fucking sleep. I really think that she had to be on some type of upper. Hi, East Texas chick. Oh, good night, Carrie. Have a safe trip. Hold on, I gotta plug my charger in one sec. Oh, wait, no. Is it charging? Hold on. Okay, yeah, never mind. It's charging. Whew. Okay. This person reaches out to Leticia and says, tell the truth and give Ganon the respect he deserves. They didn't prove it, Tabitha. All we know is that his last medication was filled for the Vyvanse a couple of days prior to his murder, and the medication was not in his system at the time of the murder. Hi, Jackie. So tell the truth and give Ganon the respect he deserves. Why can't you let him rest in peace? Leticia, I hope that you can find it in your heart to just have faith and believe in my innocence. I know it's hard, but throw the first stone, crucify me, tie me down, and beat me yourself if it comes out that I am guilty. Deal. So I'm sure you are a good person and maybe even have kids. And I know you probably have anger. I understand, but give me a chance. And I swear to you, in the end, you will see I didn't hurt Ganon. Thank you. Now, what I want you guys to see is at the bottom here, that says you can now call each other. That means that that was the very first message exchange. I'm pointing that out to show you guys that complete strangers would message her and she would message everybody back. A UA? I'm not sure what a UA is. Lisa, right? Hey, she said it. This person says, you're disgusting. Trashing a mother who's missing her child because of her past? Like you don't have your own lengthy track record? Everyone has their skeletons. Good night, Debbie Doodles. If you want to come on here talking about all this stuff, let's get to the truth about why you left with Ganon and didn't return. Good night, MK. Oh, a urine analysis. I would think so. Leticia wrote, mine doesn't involve giving up my kid. Another dig at Landon. This person wrote, no, yours has to do with assault charges and the cause of one disappearing. Then she wrote, doing drugs, robbing people, taking jabs at Landon. Someone wrote, you were the last to be and seen with this poor child, and you were supposed to protect him. But you want to trash his birth mother no matter what her past is. You were the one that failed him, not her. You failed at protecting him and not being there like you claimed. That's all you have done. But yet, where is he? Leticia says, actually, your facts are wrong. Her past, LOL, whatever. It was her present. Give me a break. She knows where he is. Oh, sorry, Debbie Doodles. Dude. Yeah, Homer. I told you she claimed Landon had involvement. So Landon knows where he is. She had no idea what narrative she wanted to go with. So the videos lie? Interesting. So this is Leticia talking to someone in law enforcement. I don't know. Like not someone on the case, but someone who has an experience in law enforcement. Thank you, 11 Summer Moon. I love that name, by the way. That's very kind of you. Congratulations to our new members. Please thank 11 Summer Moon if you were lucky enough to receive a membership. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Jackie. Okay, so yay, Sarah. This is Leticia saying, so basically, I have two choices. Admit to something I didn't do in an accident form to get lesser time, or still get charged and convicted of something I didn't do because I could never have a trial in Colorado. So that's it, right? Hey, Chastity. The person says, if you were innocent, then of course I would never admit to doing something that you didn't do. Like, duh. Right, Tabitha? They have to have proof to charge you. But I think they're trying to build a case against you. Leticia writes, huh, proof that I drove to Petco, or half evidence that they only have one side of a truck. What evidence, though, since you have experience? How does this person how are they supposed to know what evidence they have against you? They may have experience in law enforcement, but they're not on your case. So the person wrote, I'm not sure what all they have right now. Everything in those groups is speculation, and some of it is crazy. Those groups meaning the Facebook groups. Leticia wrote that he was having a few days of silly accidents. They can't blame me of him starting a fire and having blood. And they said the candle. Can you believe that? Thank you so much, 11 Summermoon. Thank you. It's not Callie Lisa, but it's long. I'm weird where if I start something, like even though I'm tired right now, I feel like, am I more than like halfway through the post? If I'm more than halfway through the post, then I have to just like get through them. Does that make sense? Like, unless there's like a proper point where I can stop, like it has to be like the halfway point, then I feel like I have to just push through. I don't know if that makes sense. Like, I'm weird about my pausing points. I did. No, I had an 8-hour live Roro with Shay, where me and Shay read out the message exchange between Steve Gonsalves and Brat. Remember? Do you know what I mean, Tabitha? Yay. We're here for it. Hi, Monica. No, I don't think she was thinking like that. I think she was just, let me get him out of Colorado. You get it, Lena? See? Yes, with the dot. Yes. Thank you, Homer. Yes. Nova, yes. So, a few days of silly accidents. Okay, Tisha. How much blood did they find in the garage? Leticia. And the fire people investigated. Okay. Something that would be explained away by a small cut? Like, Leticia, how much blood we're talking about here? A small little, like, amount of blood or a massive amount of blood? Leticia wrote, yes, in the garage. What was it? Just a small amount? Leticia writes, plus, Albert cut his finger off in the garage. You guys. She did not understand that they're able to determine whose blood it is. So she's like, yeah, there was some blood in the garage, but Albert cut his finger off too. Leticia, they're able to determine whose blood it is. And that's why she tried to say the blood was a mix between her and Ganon's from having a miscarriage, from being sodomized, because she didn't realize they're able to determine that. This person says they can tell whose blood it is. There was I don't know what that says. There was something and some got on the wood. We turned the wood over. With DNA, they would be able to tell if it was Albert's. Yes, and Ganon's, well, geez, was on the wood from a small injury. I mean, everyone has blood in their house with kids present. That's they may have cleaned up or got cut. Yes, that's true. So now Leticia is accounting for it. Listen, if you have you have blood in your house and you cleaned it up. It's not a big deal. Yeah, we're not talking about a small paper cut nick of blood. We're talking about enough blood that a child cannot survive. And they let them live in a supposed crime scene for 7 days. She never changed, you guys. This was always her. Is the house off limits now? Yeah, now, but not the first 10 days, which I wasn't even there. They're definitely building a case against one of you guys. Do they still have your vehicles? But you keep saying that, building a case. Like, what evidence is there? Because I didn't hurt anyone. This person has no access, right, Letecia? This person has no access to the evidence. And look at her getting defensive. Because this person is just logically responding. It sounds like they're building an evidence based on what I know. Yes, Sarah. Ganon's biological grandma slept in his bed. And she's like, what evidence? You keep saying this. What evidence? Because I didn't hurt anyone. Well, if they can't find Ganon, then it's going to be circumstantial. Where do you think he could be? I don't know. And I do have the Baez law firm. But they are just pre-investigation right now. So people there would need to contact them, you know. And I'm doing a polygraph test today. I know it can't be used, but just to prove to them. Okay, Tisha. A polygraph is a good idea. Who is doing it? Someone you choose or someone the police chose? I wasn't talking to anyone that was all these, but jumps with fake accounts and cloning profiles. No, the police didn't ask. I told Albert to pick someone and call them. So I'm here now, waiting for them to call me back. You guys heard it, okay? Yes, Sarah, but the mattress was still soaked with blood. The bed sheet and blanket was in the suitcase with Ganon. So those pretext calls, you heard them, okay? And she's talking to Al about the polygraph. Now this is what she's messaging strangers. Tabitha. It's her, I think, with a backlit, like from the back. I don't know. She's saying, I'm at the polygraph right now. Okay? I think that's a good idea. And even if the police can't use it, at least Albert, you know, whatever. At least Albert will be able to be back on your side. Mel, I didn't do this. I'm sure you have heard that before. Well, Mel responds with a very logical answer. Then they will not be able to prove that you did. Right? If you didn't do this, Leticia, then no worries. They won't be able to prove that you did. Well, what's Leticia's response to that? Okay. Every chick knows that is the most passive, aggressive response you can give. There is nothing bitchier than a straight K. She responded with that K because she was not happy with what they said. If you didn't do it, then they won't be able to prove that you did. You did the K because you did do it. Stay strong and be truthful about everything, or the lie detector will pick it up. If you pass, I would be having it sent to law enforcement. If you don't, I wouldn't even mention that you even took it. Leticia. Okay, will it just say pass or fail? They just said I should have the results within 24 hours. Is that normal? Like on TV, they start telling people right then. Or is that just TV? You're the only person the results are going to, right? Jesus Christ. Yeah. To let them keep going on these groups, it only helps because it hurts a potential trial. So this is, I'm sorry, it jumps around a little bit, but Leticia's like, yeah, no, let all these people go on these Facebook groups because, you know, if I have to go to trial, these jurors are tainted. The public opinion means nothing. I think if they really suspected you, they would be grilling you and questioning, trying to make you confess. Yeah. And at this point, he don't want to go bouncing around who he is. That will bring crazy attention, like crazy. She's talking about Baez. Baez doesn't want to point out that he's on the case because it's going to bring attention. I agree. Keep everything quiet. And he's technically pre-investigative right now. Okay. So he asks, are you the only one the polygraph tests are going to be sent to? Leticia says, yeah. I don't, just remember this, okay? Yeah, I don't trust anyone having my results. But I would meet someone to verify the source. They said, send it to the police. No way. A lawyer? Even though it's not admissible, attorneys can still use it in a closing argument and then pretend to tell the jury to forget it. Yeah, my attorney said no way to give it to them. I begged them for 2 weeks ago. I really hope that this is not going to go to trial. Leticia wrote, well, that's on them. They lost that window of opportunity. I'll work with them when they stop harassing me and agree to look at another person. But until then, they have been horrible to me. So she thinks she could get the police to agree to look at another person. Yeah, because they could have lost precious time looking in the wrong direction. Yeah, at this point, I can't help but be defensive. Well, there's so many rumors out there, I don't even know anything that is true. Leticia. Same. I don't know what happened. I really don't. What? What? Leticia, do you really know what happened? Are you lying?
No.
Yes.
No, sir. I mean, John, no.
I think you're lying, Leticia. You don't even know what happened. Okay. But I did hear police say not to listen to social media, so they must be aware of all the rumors. Yes, they are, but you know how the police world is. If the test goes in your favor, turn it over to law enforcement so they can turn their focus elsewhere. Pay attention to the date. This is literally when the pretext calls are happening, okay? February 18th. I have finished it. When will you get the results? Waiting here now to find out. Not the results, but when. Is somebody with you? No, It was in a private room with someone who was certified. Is that bad? No, I just meant, is there someone there for moral support? Are you guys ready? This is going to take a turn. Are you ready? Oh, okay. I was like, oh my God, they said no one. If you pass, I would be having it sent to law enforcement. If you don't, I wouldn't mention that you even took it. Okay, will it just say pass or fail? They just said I should have the results within 24 hours. Is that normal? Like on TV, they start telling people right then. Or is that TV? You're the only person that the results are going to, right? Yes, they asked me if I wanted to sign a release form to anyone, but then said I could always do that later. Definitely do it later. Yeah, I did. Okay. I'm surprised law enforcement hasn't asked you to take one. They will usually do that to rule someone out if they have suspicion in the beginning. I asked, but they kept saying they can't use it. Only some states. What? Tisha, you asked for a polygraph test?
What the?
No, it wasn't someone. I think she was someone that she met through the Facebook group that had experience. She just talked to everybody. They can't use it in court, but they do use it to rule people out. Oh, okay. Maybe that's what they meant. Okay, ready? Did you get the results yet? Mind you, it's still February 18th, okay? It's still February 18th. Do not forget a moment ago, she said it will take 24 hours. Did you get the results yet? February 18th, 11 p.m. Yeah. Thumbs up. You guys heard that fucking polygraph, okay? Awesome. Thank God. What did Albert say? I only told him. Okay. You ready? Hopefully, this will make him believe you. I'm not showing anyone but in person. Now remember, she said that to Al too, right? I'm not sending you these polygraph results. If you want to see them, I'm going to meet you. You have to meet me in person and we have to spend the night together. It's already all over the group. I read it about a half hour ago. Tisha! This is how impulsive she was. So she calls Al. Think about those pretext calls, right? I'm going to set it up. I'm going to go take the polygraph test. She's texting the person. All right, I'm going in now. All right, I just got done. They said it's going to take 24 hours, okay? I'm not telling nobody. 2 hours later. Did you get your results? Yup. Okay, I'm not showing anybody. It's all over the Facebook group because you impulsively wanted to jump and say you passed. And so you, like an idiot, went into the fucking Facebook group and said you passed. And you thought this person wasn't going to know? Thank you, KJ. That's interesting. So it's all over the damn Facebook group. Honestly, Mel, if I came off insensitive, I went into defense mode. I've had to defend these kids for years from harm, and I thought it was someone we knew. I heard Biomom had some issues. Beyond my and your comprehension, a guardian ad litem placed them in my custody while Albert was away. That's when we got to COS. They only shared custody for technical reasons, but they lived with us and visited her on holidays. No. I mean, she did have that, but all this other stuff happened before. The high risk only came into play in the end after they were already with us in Alaska. Wow, I'm sorry. How long ago did you guys leave South Carolina? This is a random person who messaged Leticia, and like I said, she answered everybody. Where is Ganon? What's done in the dark always comes to light. Always. I also don't know if that was the case. I was asking if that was what happened. There's a reason. Exactly. You will see. Thanks. Give it a few days, I promise. Believe and pray. They won't. They are not helping you to protect you, I mean. They are in the areas when they should shut down the borders. They should have released the description. So again, they're searching all the wrong areas. They should have shut down the borders. Like an Amber Alert? At the time, I couldn't remember, okay? Do you think he ran off and got lost, or do you actually think someone took him? Someone took him. So not only is she feeding Al these bullshit extreme stories, she's saying it to random people too. I couldn't remember at the time, okay? I said he was a runaway, but I couldn't remember somebody broke in, raped me, and took Ganon. I could not remember. Okay. Do you know why a reward has not been put out? Because they are too busy collecting it for his piece of crap mom who don't need it. If she cared, donate that to finding him. This person wrote, actually, some woman offered yesterday $5,000 in one of the groups. Oh. Trashing the mother of a missing child, regardless of her past, does nothing to make you look good. It reeks of desperation. Leticia, I don't give a fuck. Wake up. She isn't a mother. Open your eyes. She has something to do with it. Tortured these parents. I'm not desperate for anything because I haven't done anything. This is so uncalled for. Not only bashing his birth mom, but also calling out all the neighbors that helped you look for this poor little guy. Not the neighbors who helped. The ones who hide behind the keyboards, but didn't say anything at the vigil. So she's like cursing out the neighbors. She isn't a mother, talking about Landon. Nope, what was uncalled for was to treat me that way. Street goes both ways. This is Landon having to address it. Her drug problem is smoking. Never not worked, never lost my kids. She never should have had to deal with this. Landon wrote, I stayed at her house one night with my brother, and my aunt came the next day. We flew out Tuesday. We've been set up at a hotel. Not with Al, just my girl and family. Ganon has ADHD and takes meds only for school. When his stomach is upset with his normal issues, he does not miss school. I'm not placing blame. Things just do not add up. Those pics were after Albert and before my latest husband, because Leticia posted bad photos of Landon. I had the children up until March with shared custody with Albert and T. We switched it when I was having issues with having my child. Was in the hospital from March to September. Left after Hurricane Florence. As far as drugs, I smoke. I have had hard times, yes, but never left my children. I had to make that decision. I talk with my kids every night when I can reach them. Also fly and visit. They just left South Carolina on January 5th to come back home. I visited for Halloween for Ganon's B-Day. Yeah, in September, but was spread out enough before the next time I could fly to see them. Tickets are expensive and I work full time, so I fly when I can. I've never lost any rights to my children. We all had custody with residents being there. This is why, you guys have heard the pretext calls and the torture she did to Al, all while she was slandering Landon online, all over these, social media and Facebook groups. And Landon had to defend herself while searching for her son. So I was in the hospital having my youngest. I am extremely high risk and I was hospitalized from March to September. It was best for Lena and G to go with their dad. We switched times. We have shared custody with dad being primary residence. Okay. Are you guys ready for Peyton Marie? Okay, here we go. I keep having to adjust myself. Oh. Peyton Marie is one of the fake accounts. Peyton Marie is most likely an account both Leticia and Amy Bolton, her childhood friend, had access to. Amy Bolton still had access to the Peyton Marie account a year after Leticia was arrested. And in one of the jail calls, we hear Amy say to Leticia that she had to bust out Peyton Marie to defend Harley. So this is at least Amy Bolton, but most likely Amy Bolton and Leticia. And Peyton Marie became an admin of the T. Stauch Innocent group, Facebook group, okay? But think about all those pretext calls we just were listening to. And then look at the Peyton Marie posts. They were leaking out what was happening on those pretext calls. So Peyton Marie, they definitely had info, lots of it, and told her she was covering for her pimp and so many other illegal searches. Like a pimp? What the fuck? Not to mention, it's bad enough for everyone to live this nightmare, but then for someone to get a ransom text, but no reward is offered? The recent Snapchat of Ganon, still no reward, and keep telling the family they don't know where the body is? The truth is, Ganon is out there, and they are searching in the snow. He is with someone, not in the snow. They dropped the ball on so many levels. Is that not exactly what you've been hearing Leticia scream? You're searching in the snow. He's not in the snow. Ganon is out there. He's still alive. Now, if you're asking, what ransom text? What Snapchat of Ganon? There was none. But she claimed there was. Don't forget the Google search. Can you trace Snapchat? Someone says, what recent snap of Ganon? Right? Nobody knew of a Snapchat of Ganon. I agree. And he, meaning Al, will regret this. It will be his worst mistake ever. Are they going to DNA test every piece of plywood they find on the side of the road? Seriously. It's like, even if it was, so what? People have been in and out of the home for weeks. Maybe they did it. Sounds like a witch hunt. Anyone could have grabbed anything out of the home. You guys heard the fucking pretext calls. Is this not exactly the wording she would use? This has been a witch hunt. There have been how many people out in and out of the home during a supposed crime scene? Maybe they did it. She literally, that's even the terminology she would use. So I think Leticia was posting other Peyton Marie, but we know Amy Bolton had access to it. Same verbatim. Yep. And Peyton Marie was an admin of the T. Stauch Innocent Facebook group. He, meaning Al, is under stress, of course. But when you have a sheriff's office who refuses to do anything but dig in the snow and search ponds, you get manipulated. Not making excuses for him, but damn, find the real target. Yes, Harlot, do you guys remember the text messages last night? That is literally what she wrote. Searching in the snow and the ponds. So poor Al is being manipulated. Ugh, this whole thing is crazy. Like, they could instantly match a sock to the case. Whack. Because they found, along with the particle board with his blood on it, a sock, remember? You heard Leticia confront Al on the pretext call about it. A sock? Stress or not, I'm sorry, but if I was T, there would be no coming back from this as far as marriage goes. I'd leave his ass. He has not defended her publicly at all. From the first interview, he has been a shitty husband in the public eye. Oh, for fuck's sake. Sounds like Al is reaching now. And they're talking about, because Leticia was leaking out what was happening on the pretext calls. Al was confronting her about the particle board with the blood, where she was traveling, the sock. Ready? Peyton Marie. Al then called Leticia and asked, did she hit him in the head with this wood and leave him somewhere else? Like, what the fuck? She has no motive to do any of this. And to leave one sock and the plywood? Get out of here. That was on the pretext call. Remember, she's like, you asked me if I hit our son with a piece of wood? You guys remember? It's so interesting looking at this now that all the information is out. You know what I mean? To be able to go back and pick up on all of it. No, there was a sock, KPM, but the sock wasn't related to Ganon, as far as I know. Peyton Marie, are they done searching? Sounds like they didn't find much. Someone says, what time is it in Colorado? Peyton says 5:13. So Peyton Marie, ready? Admin. You see this? Admin. So Al calls T and asks her about a sock and a piece of wood found beside the road on the search. Sure, big guy. Try again. Maybe you put the sock there since you have been in and out of the crime scene. Or maybe you are lying because cops tell people what they find, right? Wait, this is El Paso and they violate constitutional rights, so I'll give you that. How about tell them you chopped your finger off in the garage and that Ganon got hurt one time while you were teaching him to use a box cutter. He sucks, just like he did at softball. cleaned blood in the garage was from you and your hobbies. Hashtag Ganon strong. Oh my God. She couldn't even try to post without it looking like it was her. This was everything they are talking about on the pretext calls. But how the fuck would this person have this information? How? And the little end thing shows you where's Leticia's mentality is. And you suck at softball. Dude. That is so petty. That is so petty. And you're up again. You're on the fucking run for murder. And you're like, and you know what? You suck at softball, dude. So let me go ahead and clear this up. T was questioned illegally, but still for 11 hours and then slept for 5. So you can ask the police, Al, or anyone at the home, you know, the one that was a crime scene with people living in it, where the board came from. That's what she was saying. Someone says, how do you know all this stuff? Well, Amy Henry Smith, that's a great fucking question. Thank you for asking. Peyton Marie, because I am filtering and recording everything for T and her family. Did Al say what size of a sock? Nope. That's okay. If people decided to continue to tear Leticia down, statistics speak for themselves. Guilty people, by now, either move on or engage in erratic behaviors, including splurging or men, or sadly commit suicide. I think she is definitely one of the strongest people that I know to keep taking these punches. But I would too, to prove my innocence. Peyton Marie, ladies and gentlemen. So this is Leticia's old MySpace, okay? Hey everyone, my name is Letecia Hardin and I'm a resident of Pembroke. I am a senior political science major and currently work at the UNCP Computing Center as a Brave Tech. I enjoy playing softball, hanging out with my besties, and just living life to its fullest. I plan to teach law in the future and also volunteer to help local kids with their education and family problems. My mother's name is Deborah, and she is the best mom in the whole wide world. She has encouraged me to pursue my dreams and never give up. I have a brother named Dakota and a sister named Julie. My boyfriend is Chance, and we have a beautiful 3-year-old daughter named Harley. My overall plans is to get the job of my dreams, live wealthy, and have our savior in my life. My hobbies include softball, riding ATVs, swimming, and shopping. Okay. This was a Mother's Day letter Ganon wrote for Leticia. And Leticia posted it again to prove how innocent she was. To Tisha from G-Man. Happy Mother's Day. I love you, Tisha, so much. You are the best stepmom ever. I'm so happy that Daddy met you. What can I do without you? Tell Daddy I love him so much. Love you. These were the text messages between Leticia and Mike Hyatt. Mike was Landon's husband, okay? No, they do not. That's why I met with Gabriel. Even after the abuse his mother was inflicting on him, he still, I think it was, wrote the most beautiful card for her in school. They all a child wants is to be loved. So Leticia writes, this is with Landon's husband, okay? I know, Little Red. Do what? Really? You think I hurt Ganon? You have lost your mind. And I've never had a domestic violence case. Someone made that crap up. Yes, I cried for Kobe. And you don't know what I did for Ganon or how I cried. And that's not even what happened. I said an accident, as in his decision making. You see, unlike you, I actually have told everyone for years you are the only one who's done all the work. So like me, you did it all. And for that reason, you should understand the scrutiny. So again, Landon's husband would be the stepfather to Ganon and Lena, okay? But if you think for a second I would hurt Church, then you are delusional. So think for yourself what you want. I just got one of the best attorneys in the country, well known for big time famous cases, and he is about to shred this apart. And at the end of the day, you will see she is, meaning Landon, she is, was, and always will be a piece of shit who didn't give a damn but about herself and money. So don't be blind. You will get done the same. I'm not guilty of anything, and it will come out. Don't blame me. The community gave her thousands of dollars to stay there, not Texas. And trust me, Albert hasn't played into her nonsense. Leticia making a post. Ganon is loved and is clearly the center of our lives. I want nothing more than for him to come home. Landon and I had a good relationship through taking care of them, and she showed her gratitude for what I did and continue to do. We all want Ganon home. Yet, look at her. Dr. Stauch tagged, but it's all of Landon's. Now, this is with a creator that Leticia was talking to. I showed you guys in the beginning of this, like the video that was released where Ganon had burned the carpet by mistake. Everyone was posting how at the end they heard him say he was bleeding. Leticia said he did bleed. I never hid that. That's where the blood came from. Once again, another fact I told police. What was he bleeding from on the video? I know it was mentioned how his foot got wrapped in the garage because he stepped on something in there, but never understood the I'm bleeding. He set a fire on accident. What do you mean? The candle broke from the heat. I jumped on the fire. Sorry, I meant what made him bleed? Was it busted? And this is where Leticia sends out the alarms. And what you're seeing in front of you is literally the murder. Just written in movements. Why she sent this out, don't ask. But she sent this out, and it shows when they got back to the house, all of the alarms picking up where the movements were. So I did all this motion by myself since it was just me who came back supposedly. So I told you the one thing she was being honest about was that Ganon did return. So she sent these out to prove it wasn't just her. Look, you could see movement both on the top floor and the bottom floor simultaneously. But then she switched and she said Ganon never returned back. But she sent this out to people on Facebook. Did you show the people in the groups that? I'm not going to post it because I'm not sure if that's private or not, and they still don't know I've ever messaged you. No, I didn't. I gave it to the reporter. That's fine. I'm not giving it to Facebook. I gave it to the reporter. Who cares if they see it? They aren't law enforcement, right? Well, I was just saying that because sharing too much information can hinder the case, and with the way they're digging and everything like that for evidence, they'll just get crazier. Good. And when they taint it, it hurts law enforcement coming after me, and maybe they'll start to look at up the right tree. So she is trying it on Facebook. She thinks if she could just release a bunch of shit and convince people, somehow it'll control law enforcement. Have you spoke to Mike? There were screenshots, but it looked like it was all edited. So yes, she screenshotted her conversation with Mike and released that too. Yes, LOL. What does set to no motion mean? There's so many back-to-back of the same doors opening and closing. They're minutes apart too, of consistent opening and closing the same doors. No motion means no movement in that area. It clearly shows that there was more than just me in the house. They asked, there's 0 actual cameras in the house. No inside cameras. Okay, I'm seeing a lot of movement every few minutes or so apart. Leticia says, yeah, because it's just me running up and down the stairs and all around, right? Well, yes and no. So, yes, Ganon's movement was initially picked up, but that was you running up and down the stairs while you committed the murder. Dr. Stauch, because yes, her Instagram account was named Dr. Stauch. My phone was left at home. We've had G's the whole time. Hi, Gypsy Purple. They are actually helping the defense because it would never be in the area. So none of those clowns would be on a jury. Good night, poor Linda. You're helping what defense, Leticia? There is no defense yet. You were not charged. Does his meds make him sluggish? Because they had an illegal warrant. Okay, Tisha. Whew. I'm trying to push through, guys. I'm trying. This was Leticia's mom's account, at least. And it was, I was told the Denver station who records had replay issues for the 2 Ganon video. I wanted to write some instead. Search party. Let's remember, analyzing past tense words and why people don't cry a certain way does not mean a person has no emotions. Some people are private or silent cry, and I was very upset that a majority of my search efforts were decreased through all the nonsense. I love Ganon. He is amazing. He is silly and kind. I have cared for him the last 2 years like he is my very own, and because I wanted to. It does hurt that my participation was hindered because of all the nonsense. It does hurt with all the false accusations. We are human, and these comments that some make are the reason we have hate in the world, and those will be the very same people who will show hate on this thread. Ganon does not like hate. Ganon was so happy on the hike and to eat his favorite place, Burger King. We had a good talk about how he was thankful to live in Colorado and to have 3 loving parents. He talked about his switch and buying items for his baby sister. So take my emotions how you want because I am not crying. The truth is, I cried and cried, but the weight of the world hits because so many people have opinions and names to call. On Monday, he was happy to stay at home, and he did have a doctor's appointment. Oh, I'm sorry, this is Leticia posting under her mom's account. I called the nurse's line and worked on a remedy. Please stop making assumptions. Actions are big, but sometimes a person's heart loves and shows it differently. I'm sorry if you think that my hurt wasn't good enough, but my love and caretaking was. We say we love each other every single day. I would ask that people stop with the guilty stuff because Ganon doesn't have a single family member who isn't filled with joy and love. Share love and know that accusing someone is detrimental to their life, and it wouldn't be something that Ganon will like. He was sweet and loving, and I love him so much. Please come home. So this is Amy. Thank you, sis. This is a difficult time for my sister, for myself, and our entire family. Continued prayers are greatly appreciated. Likewise, we also appreciate all those who have and will continue to give financially to support my sister and her daughter as they have had to live in various hotels as they are receiving death threats and harassment and bullying from people actually stalking them. My sister's access to her bank account has been frozen, and her vehicle remains in police custody as part of an ongoing investigation. They continue to require funds for lodging, gas, fund, and other items required for daily living. To date, my sister and her daughter have not been given any funding from any fundraising efforts to support Ganon's family, although they both are an active part of Ganon's extended family as a stepmother and stepsister. Please feel free to donate to them via Cash App. Can you believe that? Where'd my thingy go? Hold on. Where'd my mouse? Where'd it go? Oh, did I? Hold on. Whoops. Oh no! Oh, crap. Oh, no. Hold on, guys. Lost my damn spot. Yeah, Bartlett. My pointer thingy stopped working, so I disconnected my keyboard and then it exited out of the whole thingy. Just don't ask. I'm trying to fix it. Trying. Where is? Okay, there we go. Ugh. Okay, Facebook. Oh man, I lost all that stuff. I have to go all the way back up. Mother fludger. Please take a moment to just chat amongst yourselves during this intermission. I'm scrolling. Lucky you guys love you this much to even which is usually end the live. Figure it out later, but we're gonna pull it up. Here we are. Okay. Bam, 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 bam. Okay. Ah, we're almost there. Okay. Welcome back. Thank you. Oh, thank you for holding on. I know you guys do leave the video. It's a lot of talking. Like I've just been reading for 3.5 hours, so my throat's but we're gonna push through it. There's not that many more, and I can't leave it with like 10 pages left. I just gotta do it. Okay. So Leticia's post. I'm going to go ahead and say this so y'all can delete me. No desperation here, just to show how dumb people are. It is well with my soul, but I've had enough. Call it trashy, but I've had enough of the lies and the threats. Most of y'all in these speculation groups are delusional. First, the neighbor sold the video for money. Then there was another one from the other side that was sent in, but they haven't released that because of these wannabe detectives. It's a tactic to keep idiots busy while we find, Ganon. You guys claim to come together, but have brought hate in the same sentences. Ganon's mom didn't give a shit about him or his sister. She had them at motels, abusive situations, criminal scenes with her husband, did drugs. Heck, Ganon even found her iPad with her doing drugs, and we have pictures of those. Albert rescued them from guns in the back of their cars, police stops, living place to place, no home, and even had to fly on a plane from Alaska through the night to bring them back to us because she changed their school 3 times and had no place to live. She sold his toys, his Switch, and other items for drugs. So keep thinking that she cares and raising money. Ganon is still out there, and for those of you making all these speculations in some group are idiots. What about raising money for a reward, not supporting someone who is faking? They know exactly what was sold to them, and they have followed those leads. Downing a person who has taken care of kids more than their mom is stupid. Know the facts. They don't involve someone hurting him. This is who you are putting on a pedestal while trying to bully someone else based on tasteless wannabe keyboard detectives. Do what Ganon would do. Realize he needs to be home so he can be with the people who took care of him and loved him. Oh, thank you, Carolina. And this is what I'm saying. Like, this is, you can't get more evil. You can't. All when she knows damn well what she has done to their child. Jackie. So this is a comment from Harley, but it is damn well Leticia. The police took their jewelry, and they have over $10,000 in diamonds from Tisha. There was no other man. My mom worships the ground Albert walks on. She didn't want to stay, not because of Landon, but because her family was yelling at her in her own house. And someone was wearing her clothes around and going through her things out of spite. And the police took everything down to her ID and credit cards, so no way to get to work. Besides, she is allowed to have pain as well. Thank you, Debbie Doodles, for the super sticker. That's so sweet. Thank you so much. Now, where have we heard that before? Yes, Atomica, yep. Where have we heard that before? In the pre-text calls, right? She was complaining because Al let Landon use, a robe of hers? Get over it. This is the text message between Leticia and Harley the night of the candle incident. Leticia wrote, "Don't panic, but Ganon turned on a candle downstairs." How do you turn on a candle? I don't know, but Ganon turned on a candle downstairs, set the downstairs on fire. I had to get the dogs and Lena out and run back downstairs and jump on him with a cover and put it out. I kept jumping on it. He is fine. He is scared and saying sorry and freaking out. Harley wrote, "How did he knock it over?" Leticia wrote, "Because he must have been asleep." Harley wrote, "So it wasn't knocked over?" Leticia wrote, "Yes." Oh my God, can you read? How mean? She's so mean. Right, but we're not talking about an electric candle or a KPM. So she's mad at Harley because what she's writing doesn't make sense. So it wasn't knocked over? Yes. Oh my God, can you read? Harley wrote, "Yes." She was at work at this time. He must have knocked it over while he was asleep, unless he was awake and lied. So already from Sunday, this is before the murder, already she's victim blaming again. Unless Ganon lied and he wasn't asleep. How the hell is the house a crime scene if he left and didn't come back with me, supposedly? They are saying there is a crime scene with all this blood in the house, which they let people live in during the supposed crime scene for 7+ days. But then a video shows him leaving with me walking. Yep, Harlot. Okay. This is one of the most disturbing posts for back then. And I wish I had more context with it, guys. This was before she was arrested. Okay? I wish I had more context, but listen to it. She confessed to drugging him and that she drove around for hours, but he would not die. So she had to beat him to death with a bat. I tried to ask the person, bat or 2x4, and they said they understood it as a bat. Then she stuffed his body into a suitcase. The same person told me Saturday that she was getting arrested Monday, and it was true. So that's why I believe this could be too. You guys, they didn't recover Ganon yet. How would they know he would be in a suitcase? I am curious if she did spill it to somebody. But I wish I had more context with this. I really do. It was crime crochet. It was right after she was arrested, but before he was found. This was when Leticia's account supposedly got hacked. I was talking about Daytona and Trump. We are hackers. We are looking for evidence. I'll let you know if we find anything. Evidence? Trump gave us this right. Yes, we ready to find evidence because we know it's in here. Okay. T. Stauch. I want to thank my family and friends in the Carolinas who know my character and my dedication to our family. I have sleepless nights every day, wondering what could have happened differently. Don't let the media fool you with videos and false info. I have cooperated with everyone and given them all they ask for. Sometimes they let social media create these accusations to keep them busy. because people involved in that nonsense have no interest in finding Ganon. With that said, I will only tell the truth, not accusations. I have spent the last 6 years of my life fighting for custody, helping Albert pay for it all, was the only person who stood by him in the courtroom after courtroom. I took the kids from coast to coast to be with each parent, even driving through the night, extreme weather conditions, and countless amounts of airplanes. This is not to bash any parent going through pain, but to say that I have pain as well. Everyone remembers months upon months when I was the only provider. Albert in Alaska and Landon was all over the place. We rescued the kids from horrible homes, living in motels, guns in the back of their cars, their house getting robbed, all the way up until I got the Instagram message saying that she could not take care of them anymore. Out of love for my stepkids and husband, I stepped in, delayed getting my doctorate, took care of them because I wanted to. Took them on adventures that most kids their age would never see. My husband had to prep the kids every time they went with their mom for their safety, until we eventually had them in our home 90% of the time. He works crazy hours, lots of schools, training, and took care of our needs. I took care of these 2 children like my very own. I wasn't perfect, but everyone saw all our pictures and the love that I gave them. Was it hard sometimes? Of course, because I grew up with Amy Lowry, my stepsister, and all of our families got along with no problems. So it was difficult navigating through that. But I want everyone to know that it was well with my soul, because I would never harm a child, especially not our children. On Sunday, we went on a hike, and Ganon was there crying with me because I was crying. It was the day Kobe passed, but he had no idea who he was, just that I was upset. I had every intention of covering up the fire that he started and protecting his feelings from what punishment he thought he was going to get. That was our plan. The next day was to rectify the situation so that his little heart could stop crying. I have the video because somehow my phone was recording, and you can hear how sorry he was. I have the pictures after we returned. So please, don't believe what these people are speculating. Albert is hurt. He has a lot on him, and he has always left me in charge of the kids. He has to go through his emotions, but will start to remember how I helped rescue them and how I've been our family's rock. I'm going to make the next post just about Ganon, but I wanted to clear up some of these accusations and lies. These people have painted me to be this horrible person, and I want people to know the truth, that I had the kids because they were in an unfit situation in which a guardian ad litem placed solely with me until Albert left Alaska. I rescued them because I love them. That the kind of person I am, who would continue to love them and treat them like my own, always and forever. Call it what you want, because I sit back and let people say horrible things that just wasn't true. Just some of the facts. There are hundreds more, so they need to be looking at finding Ganon, not blaming me. Dude. This was something Leticia posted, but they were just quoting it. It was thanking, the community. To Ganon, please come home soon because your daddy is waiting to watch the new Sonic movie that comes out this week. And the cool shirt I got you to wear to the theater is in your closet. Social media has been devastating. The threats, cyberbullying. It has been a challenge when people are trying to run you off the road, waiting outside your hotel, threatening to kill you. I encourage the sheriff's office to take down those pages that promote negative behavior and violence. Let's do what Ganon would do. Be kind to one another. We all have engaged in something crazy online and at some point, but Ganon would want everyone to get along and to focus on him. I know that many people have kids or are invested in this because it hits close to home for them. I would like to think that overall, most people are genuine and want to do everything in their power to find G. With that being said, please take a step back for a moment and let me explain to you a few details that were not released. For example, just like the video that was leaked, there are additional details that were hidden due to 1, the department doing its job, and 2, the effects of social media and how some individuals would criticize or hinder the investigation. I chose to listen. I didn't leak videos or information, but at this time, it's getting later in the process and we just want Ganon home. I feel the need to fill in some gaps. Now let me stress this. Police have known this since the first interview. Saturday night, G was helping me unload in the garage and cut his foot because there are a lot of tools because Albert does woodworking. He sat on the edge of the car and we bandaged it. Let me pause. How stupid is she to post all of this? She leaked it all, KPM. To post all of this in Facebook groups. He always loves helping his dad in the garage build things like his Lego tables and the flower pot they built for me as a gift. After this, I noticed G kept going to the side of the house. He told me he was checking to see if the gate was locked because he was the only one with a gate key. It made him proud to be the man of the house while Albert was away. Fast forward, we did a hike on Sunday, cleared, and shopping on Monday, cleared as well from him getting out of the other side. Please don't think for a second that there isn't enough technology to determine shadows and movement around the truck. There was also proof from my phone that we had taken a selfie in the truck in our driveway that was time-stamped. We always send pictures to Albert when we are out and about or when he is away. That can be scanned for actual time verification. Last, from day 1, the sheriff's office has known a description of the person and friend who Ganon left with. I explained to them and provided evidence. They had information about G having the key to go out the side gate. Last, they have more in-depth details that go along with this, pointing to who sent the person or why he may have come. Again, I repeat that they have had this initially, and I was asked to keep quiet about it so that they could have the best shot at doing their job or bringing G home. The last thing they needed was a hindrance to their investigation. I encourage you to think of any suspicious cars that may have been in the area watching a few days prior and keep praying for G. Letecia Stauch. And that is it. That is those social media posts. We did it. Oh my God. I can't sit in the same position for too long. Oh my God. And that was nowhere near all of them. Let me be clear. Those were just some screenshots that we have years later. Some screenshots. That doesn't even scratch the surface. See, but leave the beat. It was the one thing she was being truthful about. He did. And that's why she was so gung-ho about getting out the other side. But then it's so funny how she switched it. She backtracked on her own and she was like, wait a second. I could actually use this towards my advantage and say he never got back home. And so then even in the gruesing interrogation, she's like, if you think Ganon returned home with me, then there's no point of even having a conversation. Oh, you guys are welcome. So tomorrow, I want to go through some of that hospital footage and Petco footage. No, Mindy, they believe he was shot last. So they aren't able to determine exactly how the events unfolded. Thank you, Tabitha. But they are events, 18 stabbings, blunt force trauma, and the shooting. They're only able to determine that the gunshot likely came last. So yes, Chezzy. And think about it like this. With trial, again, this is so incriminating. But they had an abundant amount of evidence. They didn't even have to open up the social media aspect. So tomorrow I want to go through the hospital footage and the Petco footage and maybe Al and Landon's interview. I decided I'm going to do it. Let's hope for the best. But we're going to go through it. So thank you so much for hanging out with me, you guys. Thank you, Shy. That's so sweet. Congratulations, whoever just grabbed a membership. A membership. Oh my God. That's when you know I've been talking too long. My words are blending. Thank you so much. Congratulations, whoever got the membership. Thank you for hanging out with me. I hope you guys all have an amazing rest of your Friday night. And I will see you guys tomorrow night. So thank you so much, Shy. That was awesome. Thank you, Harlot, and any of my other mods that were here. And yeah, I will talk to you guys all soon.